Hello, everybody, and welcome to High Court Sports and Recreation Center here in North Carolina. I am B-Ron alongside Big Bob and Yells in the booth with me tonight. Gentlemen, how we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, B-Ron?
Wonderful, wonderful. Yells, how about you?
I'm still trying to figure out what "your" is. I've been trying to figure that out for a minute, but I'm glad to be here.
I don't know. I have no idea what it is either. B-Ron, what is it?
It's a greeting. We'll leave it at that. It is Queen City Kings versus Showtime basketball here tonight as Queen City gets on the board first. Gentlemen, we heard some breaking news before the game. Coach Chad Smith of Showtime is going to be stepping away after tonight's game. How do you think that's going to come into effect for this team, or any thoughts around that in general?
I might have to step away because I don't have a rival anymore. Somebody else step up because I don't know what I'm going to do now. I have no idea. But if we're talking about, hold on. Never mind. I was going to say, if we're going to talk about the on-the-court product, they were down 4-0, but Bronny James quickly made it a one-point game.
Yeah,
Bronny, go ahead, Yells.
Oh, no, I think they're going to be just fine because they have Bronny James. I think that's it. He's been a one-man wrecking crew this season, man. Coaching aside, I don't want to say there wasn't any coaching going on because there obviously was, but on the other end of that, you put the ball in that young man's hands, he goes and gets things done. So,
yeah, it's almost like the game plan is doing what's in for a reason. Get Bronny the ball and let him go to work. Because there he goes, getting the first 2 buckets for Showtime to get them back in the lead, 5-4.
They're running that old school Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, get the ball to Will Smith playbook.
Hey, man. As long as it works, continue to do it, I guess. And speaking of working, the Queen City Kings have not worked well so far to begin the year, coming into the game at 1-5.
Good second chance.
Yeah, coming into the game 1-5. Showtime, so their first loss of the, or their second loss of the season. First loss in a while was in their last game last night against Lone Star, who's still undefeated, as that's Bronny James again.
First 7 points of the game. I think, Queen City better not let him get heated up, which he already is. So you need to figure out how to slow him down, and that's going to be on Norvell Dejon Jones, who has been, unfortunately, a disappointment this season compared to last season, where I believe that he was the best pure point guard in all of SimWorld Hoops in the Ground Zero season. He's got the minutes, but he just has not produced the same way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you were huge on him last year, Bob. And Braxton Schuyler defensively as well, and they don't look the same, man.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they had 2 of the top juniors. When we called them juniors last season, they had 2 of the top juniors all season. Coming into this season, they had 2 of the top players, and they just, I don't know what happened. My man, Coach Darius Simmons, I don't know. I don't know if I can defend him anymore.
Well, it's been really tough to defend Bronny James and this Showtime team to begin the year. James is the leading scorer on this team, hands down. And it's one of those things where, how do you beat them? And the first order of business is to try to contain Bronny James.
Well, I'll say this. How do you beat them? We saw last night. You outwork them, and you're going to have to hit some timely clutch buckets, which we saw from Lone Star basketball last night. But outside of that, I may be the first person to say this too. Showtime basketball has more weapons than just Bronny James. He's just been dominating the ball. You got Ethan Letterman. We've seen times where Juka G has gone nuts. I am a big fan of that man right there. I think he's going to be the best James in the family when it's all said and done. Don't at me. I know that one, right? Don't at me. Corey Yams, big time defender. He's one of the best we have in all of SimWorld hoops. And there's a couple guys. I don't know how much playing time they've gotten so far this season, but Jackson McLean. If you remember some of those tournament games, he was an athletic freak. So they have options. It's just if they're going to get the ball.
Yeah, and Jackson McLean hasn't gotten a bunch of time to really show what he has this season. He's averaging under 10 minutes a game, so he really hasn't been given that opportunity. They really force-fed their starting lineup, so I don't know if we'll really get to see too much of him this season, and once that's over, he's 17 years old. We won't see any more, so...
Yeah, won't see any more of him unless he makes it to the next level and decides to play college basketball.
Well, hot take here. You guys got y'all got the right person on this broadcast. There is some news that SimWorld Hoops, and you've only heard it here. The story hasn't broken yet, but we may have clearance to keep guys just for one more season this upcoming year. So we'll see.
All right, look at that breaking news here on the first broadcast of the game of the night on SimWorld TV. You'll love to see it.
We'll
see the game tied up here at 11 as well, as Ethan Letterman can't get that one to fall in. Bounce off the back of the glass there. We're good. Look at us as a game here, gentlemen. 2:30 to go, and there is another lead there for Queen City with the one-handed jam.
That's what we thought we would see more of this season, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely agree. From Newbrook, Deshaun Jones, Braxton Schuyler, and Desmond Miles as well, or Madison Miles, my apologies. Those three are the key components for this Queen City team. We also can't forget about new players like Sky Durant for them as well.
Ooh.
Tough shot.
Not sure how it was only a 2, but...
All tied up here at 13. 1:45 to go in the first quarter of play here. Great move there on the inside.
Do we expect the refs that we use to get eye exams before the season?
Hey, I mean, it's probably something to consider, but that is not in my clearance. I have no say on that one.
I say we go the MLB route and get some robo-refs.
Maybe, man. Who knows?
Tough shot.
Yeah, another tough bucket there falls. Queen City out to a nice little lead here.
Yeah, Corpse Stew is really, I feel like he's really putting in a lot of work right now. At least it feels like it to me.
I really like his game from what I've seen of him. So
you would.
I would. Bob, you know this. I like everybody. I'm all about the kids, man. I like watching these kids play basketball. It's so fun being in this environment, and I want everybody to do well. That's the whole point, man.
Yeah. Do you prefer the younger boys or the older boys?
Oh man.
Listen. We're not going there. We're not going there. 35 seconds to go in the first quarter of play here.
You can tell me in between quarters.
Possession.
That's a better pun than you even imagine. I don't even think you caught that one, but I don't even think you were going for that one. Tell me in between quarters. Let's get back to some basketball.
Wow. Poor play there by Bronny. Playing with a heavy heart tonight.
Stepped on the line there.
Good defense.
Not enough effort to get to that ball for anybody on any team, really.
You like to see a little more effort there going to get the loose ball, but it went right to a Queen City player. Final 5 seconds here off of the game clock and shot clock as well. That bucket can't go. And we got one more shot attempt here. Up. No good off the front rim. 19-15, Queen City out in front to begin things here in Carolina. Come back for the second quarter. Welcome back to North Carolina here at the High Court Sports and Rec Center. Queen City out to a nice little lead here, 19-15, as Showtime begins with the ball in their hands. What have you seen from either side, gentlemen, to give them a advantage, or what does one team need to do to extend it or get it back? What do you got?
I'm still on board with Showtime needs somebody else to step up outside of Bronny. He can't do it all himself. He is no Joel Embiid. But Queen City, I mean, we talked about it beforehand. Norvell Dejon Jones needed to step up eventually at some point this season, and maybe this is his coming out party.
Yeah. Was that Anthony Council at the line there? New to the team? That could have something to do with it. They have some, on the other side, Queen City, we've said that they've struggled, right? They don't have a lot of shooting. They really don't, but they have some really good pieces, which it blows my mind that they've struggled the way they have. I would dare say if Queen City's in this game because they're playing like they should have, more so than we are seeing Showtime falter. You got Darian Banks was an absolute star with us, Southeast Select last season. We know what Norvell NDJ can do. Sky Durant, this kid can put up some buckets, man. And Madison Miles, we saw a lot from him in the preseason. He has an assortment, an array of moves in Deontay Odom. I mean, he's just a dog down there. So we'll see how this shakes out. Right now, 4-point lead.
Now, I would disagree with you regarding Queen City's shooting, because I don't know if you've looked at their stats for crime lately. They're not. They're not too low. They're not doing too bad.
Yeah, I'm talking basketball.
Okay.
Wow, that's a crazy shot there.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, looking at their percentages so far. Yeah, great take there from the Queen. Looking at their stats so far to begin the season, anyway, throughout the first month or so of play, they are in the bottom half of things, or middle of the road when it comes to field goal percentage, 48.6% field goal percentage. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. But when you're around 50% at the high school level as a team, I think that's impressive.
Agreed. They still don't shoot very well. That's a lot of dunks. Big block.
Man, that's a huge block right there.
Is that my man Jackson McLean? Hey, shout out to Jackson McLean. Get that man some clock.
I believe it was. That is.
Get him some what?
Clock.
Bob,
we're gonna have to get you on we got you on the wrong broadcast tonight, sir.
Letterman can't get the three to go. Queen City was on the other way. Nope. No, not good.
Yeah, you gotta hit the wide open ones. You gotta
hit those, but that's gonna come with time. As a reminder, this is your first time joining us here on SimWorld TV. High school basketballs, 15 to 17-year-olds. So they're all working to develop their games. You're not going to see a lot of perfection like you would, or high-level play like you would at the professional level. So you will see a lot of the wide-open jumpers that would normally fall in an NBA game, not falling here. Come with territory.
Goodness.
Trying to find his way inside, and no, not able to get the layup there to go. Good defense, though, not fouling.
And that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about right now. Queen City Kings, not a whole lot of ball movement on that possession. There were a couple looks in the last two possessions where they may have gotten some open jumper looks, but they decided to force their way inside and turn into a hard bucket.
Started.
That was Jackson McLean there who got the dunk, and there's a timeout on the floor. 23-21, Showtime in the lead. 4:43 to go here in the second quarter. We're going to step aside and come right back for the next 4:43 here in the second quarter.
Let me tell you what you can't do. Don't tell me what you won't do. Let me tell you what you can't do. Don't tell me what you won't do. Let me tell you what you can't do. Don't tell me what you won't do. can't do. When I was a young boy, my daddy said I had powers. And then I get older, I get better taking over. Then I get into the park in the room. I was out of control. Too high to go over. Too low to go under. Till I get that feeling, tell me what you won't do.
Yee.
Welcome back to North Carolina. Showtime out in front by 2, 23-21, 4:43 to go in the second quarter of play here. It has been I think this game is starting off a little bit better than I anticipated. I expected Showtime to come out here with a lot of fire. Again, with the story coming into the game being Coach Chad Smith stepping away after this game would be a last game coaching with Showtime. Has this gone as you both expected so far?
It's tied right now, so I would say no. I expected with the way Queen City has played this season, I mean, at this point, they're on pace to put up 20 more than their average. They're averaging 64 points a game, which is good for 28th in SimWorld Hoops. Showtime, on the other hand, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but if I look right here, yeah, they're 67, they're 23rd. They're actually not as great at scoring either. I don't know what I thought. I think the Bronny James effect just kind of throws everything off, let's be honest. I thought they were averaging like 700 points a game. I don't know.
But more importantly, they play solid defense. They get buckets when they need to. They have someone that can go get a shot, and I think that's what you've seen, Bob.
Yeah.
On the other side, Queen City Kings, like their points have been just moot points. Like, you know, we just gave up a bucket here and there, but they have not looked like they can go get a shot when they need to. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, on the Showtime side of things, I mean, they're 9th when it comes to three-pointers made, 6th when it comes to percentage, and then when it comes to their opponents, they give up the second least amount of points in the entire game. But then you look at Queen City Kings, and they're in the bottom half of almost every, I would say, the stats that matter, they're in the bottom half of all of it. I don't care how many steals they have, but when you're giving up the 29th most amount of three-pointers in a game, and you're giving up the 30th worst field goal percentage in a game, you're not going to have a good time.
Nope.
I'll definitely agree with you there, Bob. Go ahead, Gels.
No, I was just agreeing. I think Bob said something right for once.
Yeah.
He's good for one of those. Every once in a while, as Bryce James there gets a bucket to fall. 29-25, Showtime in the lead.
Time out. Hey, guys, did y'all just see who walked in the building? Because if you didn't, I'll give you a hint. Woo! Woo! Yeah.
Who was it?
Come on, man. We're in Charlotte. Ric Flair, get a look over there. The Nature Boy's in the building.
Oh, man. You know what? I didn't notice it, man. Didn't notice it at all, but now that I took a minute, took a look, yep. Sure is in the building. Look at that.
Yeah, speaking of young boys.
Madison Miles drew the foul there. So going to the line for Showtime. Taking a sheet here. That is.
You guys think he took an airplane in this? Is he allowed to fly anymore?
Who's that?
I don't know if he's flying the plane. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if he's not allowed in the air anymore. I've heard some stories.
Right. So now he's just the limo riding. There's no jet flying. I'm the limo riding.
Whitford got the first free throw to fall. Second one also falls as well. 31-27.
Where'd the second quarter go?
Right? It's moving by really fast. This game in general, I feel like, is moving by really fast. There's been not a lot of whistles being blown so far. Not a lot of stoppages in play either for either side, which always helps with pace of play, which is a big topic.
Ooh, good little move.
Man, that is a big time bucket. That's a skilled move. Those are the things you see from Sky Durant. His percentage is not great. He takes ill-advised shots, but when he does, you see there's some skill there that can be worked on and refined as he continues his career.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely has a lot of things in this game that he can improve upon. It's Corey Yams down in the post. I get a shot at real quick. Oh, that's one way to do it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they serve main dishes with those yams, or is yams the main dish? Because he gave it to him. Oh,
on that one, yams was everything. Yams was the main course there.
I don't know, B-Ron. You put brown sugar on your yams. What do you put on yours?
Oh yeah, brown sugar, marshmallow sometimes.
Yeah, we're channeling our inner Siege. If you guys don't know, we gotta talk about some food. Shout out Siege.
Shout out Siege. You all bring the food topics here. I love to see it. That's a big food on stuff. I'm with that. 33-29. Go ahead, Bob.
I was gonna say, not too surprising. We've seen Showtime really move the ball around when Bronny is not on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes him dangerous. My opinion is that when Bronny's not on the court, they still have guys who can go and get it done. Like y'all was saying earlier, they have a lot of talent on the team besides Bronny and Bryce. And Coach Smith calls them the glue guys, but they are much more than glue guys when they're needed to be. If that makes sense.
What kind of glue are we talking about? Because Elmer glue's not too strong.
Gorilla glue?
All right.
You weren't ready. You weren't ready, Bob, for him to have such a quick response. He nailed it.
Final 10 seconds here, taken away of the first half. 35-31. Showtime in the lead, but
Tough
cut
shot.
into it there at the end with the layup. 35-33. We get a shot off? Yes, we will. And it's no good. Halftime here. 35-33. Showtime in the lead. We are going to have a close second half, I think, if things continue the way that they have been. Any thoughts, gentlemen, so far on what we've seen to begin the game? Me decide. Yells, Big Bob. Bob, go first.
Well, I think the fact that they were able to, Showtime was able to keep the lead while Bronny was off the court for a significant portion of that quarter, because we really had, did we have a stop? I don't know. Just the fact that they were able to keep it a 2-point lead with him off the court, it's looking great for them. Queen City, they made some real bonehead plays there. The alley-oop right to Showtime. I mean, Queen City really needs to dial back on the bonehead plays if they want to get back into this.
Yeah, go ahead and get us out, man. We're ready for some more ball.
All right, so we are going to take a quick break, come back for the third quarter here in North Carolina.
Yee.
About to pitch in 7 digits, gotta count that quota. Ever tripping, ain't no tripping, only shot with dollars rolling. Can you dig it? I'ma get it popping like a can of soda, popping like whoop, popping like a can of soda, popping like a
I'm just trying to
popping like a can of soda.
put a little pain away there.
Popping like a can of soda, popping like
Keep that laughing up.
popping like a can of soda. I got friends and you got friends. They in heat and we on 10. Lights, camera, and action then. If I say something wrong, it's an accident. Hopping like a Zans when you hear your favorite song and you with your friends. Rick Blaze, OMG, I'm your biggest fan. It's your birthday and you ain't worried about your man. Shimon then. Popping with it, topping pictures, popping like a can of soda. Pop the pitch in 7 digits, gotta count that quota. Ever tripping, ain't no tripping, only shot with dollars rolling. Can you dig it? I'ma get it popping like a can of soda, popping like whoop, popping like a can of soda, popping like a whoop, popping like a can of soda. Can you tell her? Popping like a can of soda, popping like popping like a can of soda.
It's either vodka, green, or praise team. Been one of those nights at a hell of a price. No meek here, I chase dreams, double meaning. Your price can be your icing. They got cake too, she got cake too. My eyes red in the sky blue. That's a gang truce. Can't go back to my old crew. Old ways or old wage or old boo. My new chick so cool, whipping my demons, swimming my old fears. My son is watching, my daughter's headed to college, and they can't eat off logic or God's timing unless it's God's timing. Whoa, whoa.
Whip it, chopping pictures, popping like a candle soda, pop the pitches, 7 digits, gotta count the quota, ever tripping, ain't no.
Welcome back to North Carolina Queen City Kings and Showtime basketball. Right now, Showtime slim lead, 2-point lead, 35-33. Second half adjustments, fellas. What do you think both teams have to do?
Well, you know, I don't know if Showtime really has to do much with their bench. The reason that they're in the lead right now, their bench has 14 points compared to Queen City's 6. I mean, tied now, but Bronny needs to not leave the court for the rest of the game. He didn't do anything in the second quarter. He was only on for half of it. So he's stuck at 9. He's stuck at 9 points, which he started the game. I'm pretty sure he started the game with 9 straight, so.
That's a crazy shot. Like, I just got it. That was insane. Right? Like, I guess you cut me off left, you cut me off right. I'll just go up with it right here. That's insane.
Yeah, just take it up and it still falls too, which is even crazier. You know, all that good defense for the basket to just go in anyway. And Yells, what about Queen City? Queen City, what do you think they have to do as far as adjustments go?
I like that new name you just gave him. I like it. Queen City in the house. Yep. That, what we just saw right there defensively, if they're not going to move the ball, you know, I would say I like to see them go to Madison Miles a little bit more when they're struggling. But if you're going to have to defend, I mean, look at like that.
Whoa.
Poor
defense.
Poor pass.
But yeah, I agree with you, Yells. It does start on the defensive end, as it always does, in my personal opinion. And once you get those stops on defense, you have to turn them into transition buckets, as there is a nifty move to get free. 39-35, Showtime in the lead.
You know, we saw last night from Showtime and Lone Star, one of the reasons that game was so good, those are two of the better defensive teams in all the Samoa hoops, both of them, and they were battling out defensively. You throw Southeast Select in there, maybe throw potentially the Originators at times, but defense is getting it. Oh, what a pass and a finish.
Great finish after the pass. Corey into the one-handed jam. And, you know, Yells, I definitely do agree with you there as far as defense goes. Both teams last night between Showtime and Lone Star played good defense. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, we're seeing it here as well. That's why this game is so close, in my personal opinion. Queen City, they've done a good job on defense that's allowed them to hang around in this game. We are at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Yams going up with it. Good.
Didn't really like that pass from Bronny at all.
I think that's when he should have taken himself. Jumper. Ooh. Yes, sir.
Put on the line.
Yeah, I think he's trying to be. Trying to be unselfish, but that's the time he should have finished that off.
Yeah, you don't mind seeing the unselfish play, but you know we'll talk more about that when we get back from a break here. 41-39, Showtime in the lead.
RSK, let it play, boy.
Welcome back to High Court Sports and Rec Center. 41-39 Showtime slim lead here in Norval Deshaun Jones, team captain for Queen City, has been hooping to begin the game and really carried over into the second half as well. It's been a big reason why Queen City is in the game right now with Showtime and playing very well.
Ooh, good hit.
Nice rip. Going the other way with this Queen City. They got number 3 ball from the big man. No good. No good. I am not sure what that was all about. Mini jumper from Letterman falls.
Bob, how much do you like to see your big man pick up a block on the defensive end, come down and take a pull-up 3 in transition?
Please. I can't. I can't.
Don't you dare. You're a 76ers fan, so don't tell me you haven't seen that's part of the game plan.
I can't. I hate when he does it. It literally, like, my brain, it melts every time he does it, which is why he put up 52 points last night, because he only took 1 3 and took about 99% of his shots from inside the key or within like 2 feet of the key. So, let's move on.
That's where he's supposed to be, in the key, man.
Oh, Ethan Letterman.
Ethan Letterman.
Did you see he turned on the Jets there?
Oh, man. You know, I was watching the games last night. I said to myself, you know, Letterman he's a shooter. That's what he does. But he's proven to me with that move right there that, you know, if he continues to add that into the bag of tricks, he's going to be, oh my goodness.
He broke his ankles and then finished over the top of him.
That was insane. I was thinking about Letterman, though.
Was that Anthony Council? The council has decided.
I believe it was. Whoa!
Payback's up. You know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Action is picked up here in the last 3 possessions here. My goodness.
I just can't wait for a break so that I can talk about all the innuendos that I've not said in the last 30 seconds.
The 3-pointer, 2-pointer there. Ball is 47-45. Showtime still slim lead here, but again, Queen City hanging around. What a pass out! It wasn't a pass, right? It wasn't a block, right?
No, that was a
pass out into.
It was a
Okay,
pass.
yeah, that's an impressive pass to make from being up in the air like that, finding man in the corner. Unfortunately, the shot didn't fall, but there's a steal going the other way.
Quick hands by Bronny. And I think, you know, as we continue to see him evolve, obviously we're getting to see more offense from him here in SimWorld Hoops than others have seen. But his don't bring gin. Don't bring any Kool-Aid to a gin party. Get that out of here. But defensively, yeah, I mean, that's what he does very well. Now, he has great instincts. He has good quickness, good strong hands. Defensively, I love his game defensively.
Yeah, Sky Durant checks out. Darian Banks checks in for Queen City. As there's 5 on the shot clock here. Gotta get up a good one.
Hate those shots so much.
Didn't fall. Teammate can't pick him up either. As now Queen City chance to tie here on this possession. The ball's got to be in NDJ's hands, and rattle around, no good.
And that's another guy that you just expect to see more from this year. He was a machine last year. Oh boy, yeah, he was a Braxton Scholar was a machine last year, and this year he doesn't look totally engaged. So
you gotta put that up, dude. What are you doing?
Drawing the foul.
Up, and there it is, and one. Letterman with the foul. So, Queen City now chance to take the lead with the free throw attempt here.
So what does this mean for Showtime and the rest of their season if they take back-to-back losses, but more so this back-to-back loss happens to a Queen City Kings team who has been, you know, let's just say it, not so great on the eve of their coach walking away? Does this do anything to the psyche of the team? What do you guys think?
It's too early. I think it's too early for it to like really affect them. If we were closing in the end of the season, I think that it would probably affect them more. Maybe it'll take them a game or two to get their heads back in it, but they should be fine as long as Bronny's healthy.
I guess the other part of that is, did you care about much when you were 15, 16, 17? Pretty short memory, huh?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Bob there. I think it's still too early in the season for it to tell. We're only in April, so we got a long way to go. I just think it's healthy.
Actually, I don't know. Now that I think about it, now that you bring it up, I mean, I almost my senior year, I almost got kicked off the football team because I got so frustrated during a game that we were going to lose. So I don't know if I had a short memory.
I have a similar experience myself, Bob. So I definitely agree with you there. Last 5 seconds here of the third quarter taken away. Bronny going inside, shot up, good. Half a second left, but Queen City's going to take a 52-49 lead into the fourth quarter of play. We're in for a good finish, folks. Come back, don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter here in North Carolina coming up.
Finish him.
Welcome back, folks. 52-49. Queen City has a narrow lead entering the fourth quarter of play here. Gentlemen, this game has gone much different than I anticipated. I'm pretty sure than what you guys have as well. We're in for a good finish here, I think.
Sorry about that. It sounds like there's a typhoon coming through my house right now. Can you repeat what you said, Ron? I am so sorry.
I was saying that we're in for a good finish here. Everything's way better than what's been anticipated coming in, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that Queen City is up heading into the fourth quarter, I can't let those easy buckets go. The fact that they're up 5 in the fourth quarter, if you told me they were going to be down 15 heading into the fourth quarter, I'd believe you. They're playing a little bit different tonight. I don't know how much of it is Queen City playing well or Showtime playing with their heavy heart. I don't know.
And you know, sometimes it's the other way around. Like you were saying, you know, you play up to the stronger competition, especially after they're coming off of their first loss in quite a while to a still undefeated Lone Star team. That had to be a tough situation for them to deal with last night, and to bounce right back when maybe it's a trap game sort of deal.
Yeah, and the fact that they had back-to-back, not just back-to-back games, back-to-back live stream games, so that already puts the pressure on them. I don't know. It's that wear and tear. They were in LA last night, right?
Yes.
They're tired. I'm tired, and I drove 20 minutes to work today.
Hey, I definitely understand that for sure. 3-point game here. Queen City out in front. 54-51. Madison Miles has gotten more involved in the second half, and that has been huge for them. But that's a steal. Going the other way is Showtime. And great defense. Taking it out of bounds. Showtime's going to keep possession of the ball, but that's great closeout speed there. I believe that was Usan Corpsu with the block. Showtime still in possession of it here. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Yams going up and getting rejected. Queen City's going to take it back here. Madison Miles bringing the ball up the court, showing his handles. He's done that a few times in the game, and Yams with the great defense there, contesting the layup. Keeping it at 3. Speaking of keeping it here, it's just me and you, Bob, keeping it going here in the booth. Our third man, Yells, has gone back to the producer's truck here, deciding that he's going to continue the rest of the game from there. That's more great defense from Queen City. Lift it out here, back to the top of the key. Five seconds on the shot clock. Driving inside. Bucket and the foul. Norvell Dijon Jones getting that one to fall. Has a chance at the end one to make it 57-51. He's been a big factor for them in this game as well. Both him and Madison Miles. Miles more so in the second half, from what in my opinion anyway.
Yeah, I really want to see the facilitator Dejon Jones that we seen last season. We have seen his ground zero season record of 12 assists broken this year by Samuel Bogus of Bad Boys Basketball. But that's, if Queen City wants to keep this up, they have to have him facilitating. And fortunately, he's been their primary scorer tonight, like he is every single night. But that 4.5 assists per game is just awful compared to the way he played last season.
It's good enough to lead the team in assists, but I definitely agree with you, Bob. That number probably should be higher than 4.5. It should be higher than that. At least, what, 6? 6 a game, you think would be a good number for that?
For him, for Dejon Jones, the way that he plays, I think 8, personally.
8? Okay.
I think for him, just the type of facilitator that he is and that he showed that he could be, 8 would be, I think that would be a good spot for him. It would be higher, but obviously with some of the younger kids on the court that can't hit open baskets, I mean, you can't fault him for that, but it's gonna affect his stats a little bit.
He can only set them up, right? He can't knock them all down. And speaking of setting them up, we are going to have the post up after this game right here. It'll be Big Bomb and Maestro on the post up, following the game, and then after the post up, it'll be game 2 of our triple header tonight. Game 2 is Gulf Coast and SimWorld Oceania. Bob, you looking forward to watching that one, being a part of that one at all? And what are your predictions for that one?
I don't know. I don't want to. You've been wrong so many times that I don't want to be Big Bob Wrongstradamus. All right. So, but no.
Take your shot,
I
man.
think
Call your shot.
so. With the two, I'll say with the two games that we have tonight. Obviously, we have the live streamed Gulf Coast Oceania. Does anybody? Oh man, the hard thing is they're both so bad. They are both so bad. Then we have Africa and Bad Boys. But Africa. What are your thoughts on Africa this season? I didn't expect them to continue what they did last season because I don't feel like they had the size advantage like they did heading into this season. Last season, it was like, oh my God, there's 17 7-footers on their team, and this year, everybody has a 7-footer, it seems like.
It does seem that way, yeah. That was their biggest strength last season, was their length. And like you said, it's been completely flipped this season, whereas, like I said, everybody has one. I think Africa, they have not impressed me to begin the season for sure, but with the new coach Alfonso Trent down there with them, I think that he is going to be a coach who's going to challenge his players every game to get something done that's going to keep them motivated, wanting to get better every game. So I believe that he's the right man for the job at this point in time. I'll say that much. Oh,
for sure.
My goodness.
But who do you pick out of a 1-win team and a 0-win team? Who do you pick? Tell me, because that's hard. I want to go with Gulf Coast just because they have the 1 win. But what do you think, B-Ron?
So I really like De'Aaron Cruz and what he's done for that team, being essentially the Woodley replacement. I think that Cruz is a good player right now, and I think he brings a lot to that team. I would have to pick Gulf Coast.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see a big turnaround with Gulf Coast. I know that they're on a 2-game losing streak, which both those games are Suno Chapa's first 2 games in SimWorld Hoops. But what he brings to that team, I expect them to turn it around. And I think De'Aaron Cruz and Suno Chapa are going to be a good guard-wing combo. Despite the fact that Chapa is not starting, I think he's going to find his way into that starting lineup. Minute-wise, he's already... You might as well call him a starter minute-wise. But I think that they need to get them both on the court for the majority of the game, and if they do that, I think it'll be a turnaround, and it'll be more than just a one-man show like they were last season with D. Woodley.
Right, exactly. I think that's going to be the case too. You need some help. And here in this one, it's looking like more of the same in terms of needing some help. It's 61-57, Queen City in the lead. They're not too far out of it though. They're hanging around in the game, which we expect from Showtime with the firepower that they have. That shot goes up and it's rejected. Going the other way with it again. It's Queen City.
Yeah, I think that Bronny James, he needs to pass it. I'm 99% sure there were 4 guys wide open on the point on that last possession, and he's down low against 2 people trying to force something up. He needs to trust his teammates, and I think.
It worked that time. Certainly worked out for him all that time. 150 to go in the ball games, all by himself down there. And the finish. There you go. Very nice.
Boy,
I don't think he realized it.
Punch Bronny in the face.
I don't think he realized he was down there by himself like that. Turned around and said, "Oh, wait a minute. No one's here guarding me. I guess I'll do it. I guess I'll finish myself then." The rebound. Follow. Yes. Good. 65-61.
If Showtime wants to, I'm going to state the obvious here. If Showtime wants to come back and win this game, they have to stop trading buckets. And it does not look like that's going to happen at this point. I mean, it's 2 quick threes from Bronny James, ties it back up. But those 2 quick threes aren't going to matter if they're letting Queen City go hit a couple easy baskets down low on those same 2 possessions, their next 2 possessions.
You definitely cannot trade here. You have to start getting stops.
Good offensive rebound.
The Queen City continues to impress down the stretch defensively. Man, oh man. For the whole game, they have done a very good job defensively. of limiting Showtime's looks, especially in the paint, too.
Oh, what a move.
And there goes Rome with the two-handed flush. 67-63. Final 45 seconds.
Call him Brony, because, bruh.
That was absolutely nasty. Inside, not gonna fall. Showtime gotta come quick the other way here with it, though. Down to 30 seconds in the game. Gotta get a quick bucket time stretch here.
Queen City needs to be smart, and they need to not force stuff up and force Showtime to foul them.
Tough shot from Bronny. Gets in within 2, and now you play the foul game as Juka G gets the first of the bonus fouls there.
So I'm going to have to get open for Queen City.
Yeah, 2-point game. There's the second foul. So it's free throw time now.
Is that Steph Curry? Just a little dark? I can't tell.
Braxton Schuyler.
Oh, sorry.
Free throw line. 2-point game here. Braxton Schuyler gotta get these free throws to fall. First one. No. Oh, that's big. That's a big miss right there. Keeps it a one possession game right there. Gotta get the second one. He does. He gets 1 or 2. Showtime calls a timeout there. 68-65. Bob, maybe a dumb question, but you never know unless you don't ask. Who does the ball go to?
Excuse me? There's 20.7 seconds left in this game, and Bronny James is going to have that ball for the next 20.7 seconds.
There's no shot clock, so you know what? I mean, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all, honestly. I mean, he's the leading scorer on your team, best player on the team, I would say, team captain. So, ball's got to be in your star's hands.
Sorry, I'm going to change my prediction. For the next 20.2 seconds, the ball is going to be in Bronny James' hands, and he's going to make an ill-advised pass out to somebody wide open in the corner who is going to miss a wide open 3.
Bob has just called the last 20.7 seconds of this game. I love it. I'm excited to see how this plays out, Bob. We're going to get back to action there pretty soon as the timeout has ended.
Let's see. Who's going to miss that wide open 3? That's what I need to figure out.
Showtime is going to have it on their side of the court, so it is going to make the setup for it much easier than having to bring it up the full way. Maybe Yams sets a screen for Bronny, gets him open.
For some reason, Corey Yams is going to be wide open in the corner with 0.5 seconds left, and he's going to take the game-winning 3.
If that is the case, that will be phenomenal defense. Shot up, 3 ball, not gonna fall. And that's a really quick shot there, Bob. Coming down the stretch, you would like to get a much better look than that on the inbound, especially.
Yeah, somebody wanted to play hero. Somebody was trying to get their name in the headline instead of Bronny.
Maybe in the headline for a different reason, though. It's 68-65. Sky Durant's at the line.
Yeah, I think that may be the start of Bryce James not wanting to be in Bronny's shadow anymore.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is this the start of the brothers breaking up? Or you heard it here first.
You did. Heard it here first. Big Bob is teasing the breakup of the James brothers. I don't think so at all. I don't see it happening at all, personally, right now anyway. What I do know is that they're down 5 points with 14.7 seconds left. And after that quick 3 we saw from them last time down here, I don't know. It's a tough spot to be in here, Bob.
Is it? probably over? Yes. Have we seen crazier stuff? Absolutely. Maybe not in SimWorld hoops, but we've seen crazier stuff. I'll always bring up Tracy McGrady because Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller
We've seen crazier things, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
Here.
This would be a big win for Queen City if they can shut the door here on this one. It would give Showtime their second loss in a row. It would also move them to what is that? 4-2 in their last 5, which is still good all things considered.
Hold on, I'll let you. I will let you fix that, B-Run. 4-2 in their last 5.
My apologies. Yeah, no, you're right. I looked. The sheet said last 5, and I immediately went there. That's why I did that. 10 seconds here.
What are they doing?
Game's taken away, and that's gonna be the final miss of the game there for Showtime, more than likely, as Yams draws the foul. Yams fouls there. Norvell DeJohn Jones gonna go up to the line.
So, where do you see Showtime falling in the power rankings? They're still number 3 right now at 4-2. They're going to be 4-3. Where do you see them?
It'll depend on how the rest of the week goes for them and how other things go. They're gonna fall for sure. I still think they remain in the top 10. They are going to unfortunately send Coach Chats into the sunset with a loss in this one, as the final buzzer sounds here. 72-65, Queen City Kings come out on top in this one. Thank you all for joining us here at the High Court Sports and Rec Center. For Big Bob, for Yells, our SimWorld crew, I am B-Ron. Stay tuned for the post-up here after this game. We'll be right back for the post-up and game 2 of our triple header between Gulf Coast and SimWorld Oceania.
Skirt, skirt.
Cop walks up to my auntie and he says, "Ma'am, will you please dismount the elephant?" And she said, "I will as soon as you help me find my bra." Oh no, we back on there. So, welcome to the post up here this afternoon. After that scintillating game of Showtime versus the Queen City Kings, this is Maestro, joined by my pal, Big Bob, who is just good at everything. How you doing, fam?
I'm doing good at everything. How are you doing?
Outstanding, my brother. Outstanding, my brother. Now I'm going to say something. I know you already made your feelings well known. What I like about you is you keep your real feelings deep down, buried inside, so we have to guess. Hint, hint, hint. So, what happened? What happened? That's all I'm gonna say. You, you
you
got
know, you know, just the fact it's gonna wear him down, and I think it's clearly wearing him down. The fact that Showtime just doesn't seem to have a second scorer. Um, they don't. Bronny putting up 20 some odd points every single game. I think he put up 23 again this game. Bryce coming in with I think 12, and then nobody else in double digits. That's not winning basketball. At this particular level, you don't always expect high scoring games, but they need somebody else. Queen City, I don't know what word props. There we go. I can't use words. Props to them. Norvell Dejan Jones. Yeah, there.
At least you're not B-Ron. Yeah, at least not B-Ron who can't do math. I love my brother, but man, please don't let him do math no more.
No, thank you. 4 + 2 is not 5. Anyways, Queen City finally, Norvell Dejan Jones, I think he needed this game. Again, last season, I was very high on him. I thought of all the players in SimWorld Hoops, I thought Norvell Dejan Jones was the best pure point guard.
Great point.
And he just didn't do enough this season, really in any aspect of his game, to lead Queen City to a win. Or to multiple wins, to be success. Words are very hard, guys.
So you know what? Since nobody can really see us, let's do some sign language here because that'll definitely help you out. I'm going to ask you a quick question here while you actually get your tongue unwrapped from what is wrapped around. Be quiet now. So here we go. I'm gonna say something very not nice. That score should have been a lot wider because Queen City Kings coming down with the lead, taking the shot so early in the shot clock.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way that last 20.7 seconds should have even been there. Three possessions in the lead, and you shoot it with. And I looked at this. They shot it with 12 seconds left to go in the shot clock, 11 seconds left to go in the shot clock, and then 12 seconds left. Okay. So let's look at this. That's 30. That's math is hard. I know. I get it. I teach it. That is 34 seconds of time that you gave back to a team that everybody thought was going to take you out, and here you got a chance to drain the blood out of the side like Dracula, and you just kept letting them get back up. You cannot do that. And listen, I get it. We all know the difference between high school ball, college ball, and pro ball. High school ball, you got to be open for me to pass to you. Okay, college ball, I need a lane to get a pass. Hopefully, you're going to move to that lane to get open. Pro ball, I'm going to pass you open, but as I pass you open, you're also ready to take the shot. And those are three very different levels of basketball. Three very different levels of basketball. So, we're not going to pass the judgment torch here, but we need to talk about the start. I'm saying the start. I'm going to say it again. Words are hard. The start of good decision making. The start of good decision making. What do I need to do right now to put my team in the best position? Do I need to hold it? Do I need to take the air out the ball? Or do I need to, how many times did you find yourself saying too much time before they were taking a shot and the other team was taking a shot way too early when they should have been holding the ball? I mean, I was listening to you guys. It seemed like the last, I'm going to tell you something. I stopped counting at 17 possessions. I stopped counting at 7. I was like, why am I counting? It's going to be the same thing every time. So, I know we're learning. I know we're getting it together. I know all this stuff is going on. And, these kids, some of them are showing some immense growth. And it's amazing to see. That's what we want to see. But we need to start seeing some good decision making. You need to be the reason. And by the way, Big Bob, you said it perfect. Be the reason your team wins, not the reason your team is being challenged.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like you said, Queen City, the end there, probably I don't know, the last minute and a half. You're right. Especially that last 20.7 seconds should not have been there. Right. The fact that I get that they're an up-tempo team, but you have to know when it's time to take your foot off that gas. Put your foot on the brake. Got
to do it. Got to do it. So talking about doing, let's talk about rebounds, man. And I don't mean just on the floor. A lot of stuff's going on in Simwer early this season. Me being a new voice here, checking it out here. I mean, it's amazing. But what I'm seeing here now, as I'm learning as sort of like the newbie on the team here, I see a lot of changes going on. Some for decisions for the betterment of the team. Some, unfortunately, for some personal reasons, things are going sideways for a couple of teams. Coaches stepping away, players stepping away, things like that going on. There's a lot. We can say if we want to say that a 15 to 16-year-old kid does not isn't might not be affected by this kind of stuff, but it does, right? So you share with us as you see these changes happening, how do you see it playing out? Even though it's early in the season, how do you see it playing out for like the next quarter of the season heading to the halfway point?
Uh, it has to slow down at some point, doesn't it? The changes, all of the changes, it has
Does
to
it?
slow down.
Does it? Does it though?
It doesn't have to, but it has to. There's just been so much change this early in the season, and I get it. Some of these kids have come from across the world to play for teams that they probably didn't hear of 8 months ago.
Right.
Coming to states that they've never heard of, and I get getting homesick and stuff like that. But some of these kids, man, uh, they're kids, so I'm going to try and keep it light on them. But some of these kids have some commitment issues. I don't know if it's things going on at home that they think
Yeah.
that all these changes that they're going through, or all these the bouncing around, like their decision, like it blows my mind how many of these kids have like turned their back on their commitments. And coaches, I get it. Coaches have a little bit more going on in their lives than kids do. Um, s- so I can't completely blame them when they have to step away, but at the same time, like these kids came for some of these coaches.
Right.
They join these teams for some of these coaches, and when that coach decides to leave, and I'm not just talking about Coach Smith because he's the last coach that's left. It's all these coaches. When they decide to leave, that's like I can't think of what the thing's called, but uh there's like there in a kids. I'm gonna get real deep on this for a second. there's there are trauma. I can't think of what it's called, but there's trauma. Every kid, like when somebody important leaves their life,
Abandonment.
that's a trauma point in their life, and
Mhm.
it can affect them down the road. And obviously, it's just a coach, but that's a big loss to them. Especially, I'll use Penn State's coach as a former Penn State coach, Mika
Right.
Shrewsbury, for that.
Great
Uh,
example.
all these players that committed to him at Penn State, expecting him to be there for a couple of years, he leaves. The entire team's in the portal. I think there's 2 or 3 players who are not in the portal right now. His entire recruiting class from last year in the portal. Because what do? The reason you went somewhere is now gone. Do you want to stay there? It's just there's a whole lot of factors into this, but I just say, please stay to your commitments.
You know what? We're definitely going to have a conversation about that, and definitely from we can talk a little bit longer that because I do want to talk about the recruiting process. I do want to talk about the commitment process because it's very important. And as at a certain point, we all have to we have to find some kind of way, despite the whirlwind, the tempest that might be around us, right, to get balance.
Yeah.
And even and I'm going to say this. It's going to sound really mean, but when you are an athlete with a certain level of expectation of yourself. I don't mean people of you, but level of expectation of yourself of where you see yourself being, and you're going to put yourself through the work and the pain to get there. You have to see that commitment not to necessarily to the team, but at least to yourself all the way through, and that involves the team. That involves the other people, and sometimes those choices are hard, and sometimes it's easy to separate the two. Man, forget these jokers, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's a reflection upon you and to understand that maturity point. When I come here and give my 100%, no matter what's around me, because if I say I want to be the man, or if I know I can be the man, so to speak, then I need to be the man, no matter if I'm playing with an all-star team or a bunch of bags full of rocks. I need to be out there giving 100% every single time, and that starts at a commitment of self, fam. That's why it's so great to see the maturity level of some of these kids who realizing, you know what, let me give what I can give to the game. That's why I love my dirty dirties. They don't mind getting out there, getting a block, getting a steal. Yeah, I get you an assist. I get you some points, some offensive rebounds. I love offensive rebounds. Defensive, give me some of everything. I might not shine like the star in the sky that the three wise men went to go find a Burger King with, but I will at least, at the very least, I'll do what I gotta do for the guys around me. And it's gonna go back to something we talked about earlier is how do you know when you made it? When people trust you. Get you. All right, here we go. So we're going to talk about something here real quick. Herb Washington. You know what that is? You have an idea who Herb Washington is?
I know who Herb Dean is.
Okay. Well, Herb Washington was a Major League Baseball player who never, ever, ever had an at bat, who never, ever, ever even owned a glove. He was hired for one gig to go out there and steal bases. He was a pinch runner. Made 2 years in the major leagues just being a pinch runner because he was the alternate for the 1972 Olympic team from my home state of Mississippi. And my man, he knew how to get it done. Played for the Oakland A's. So I'm going to ask you, do you know anybody who was on a team that didn't have any skill set at all for that team, for that position? But there was one thing that they could do that the team could use, even though what they did not show up in their box score.
Not necessarily not in the box score, but isn't that pretty much every punter in the history of football?
Ooh. Foul on the play.
Shots fired. So not necessarily not Haslam. I think Haslam is a perfect example of somebody who he obviously did stuff, but for the last 35 years of his career with the Miami Heat, he
was just sort of like, He was sitting on the bench, taking that slot 15, like you said, slot 15, and I kept as a kid, I'm confusing the Robert Parrish I saw that was just a bulldog in the paint. Good thing they didn't call 3 seconds back then. Yeah, shots fired, but a bulldog in the paint. But watching him become a leader on the side. If you guys can think of your own Herb Washington, don't give us a shout out and let us know what's going down with you. But we're going to play up for the next game coming up here with Gulf Coast 1-5, Oceania 0-6. We throw the records out when these teams meet because, well, okay, I tried. So give it up for our next crew coming up for the second half of our doubleheader. We got a post up coming off right after that. Give a shout out to my guy, my man B-Ron, with special guest star coming next to him inside the booth in the next game. We're going to tell you who it is. And don't forget, no matter whatever you do, you did it already. It's too late. Just say, I'm sorry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Game 2 of our SimWorld TV broadcast. B-Ron here alongside Maestro in the booth with me. We've got Gulf Coast Lockdown versus SimWorld Oceania. Maestro, pleasure to have you here in the booth with me, sir. How are you?
Absolute honor to be here. Absolute honor to be here. Glad this is my first game. You know, I've been looking at a couple of these teams here for a long time here, especially Gulf Coast with my man De'Aaron Cruz. And I just can't wait to see I can't wait to see him good and live for the first time. There you go, right there. I'm excited to be by your side, brother.
Hey, always good to have you here, man. Again, first time. Hopefully it'll be a good one for you. We have two teams who are lower on the win column this season. Gulf Coast only has one so far in the year, while SimWorld Oceania still looking for their first win on the season. Do you have any predictions as to which team's going to get their first win? If Oceania will get their first win.
It's going to feel like it. You know what? I'm going to have to lean on Gulf Coast tonight. You know, I just think that the talent's there. I think the organization is there. Even in their losses, I think that they played strong. I believe that they've, you know, sort of given more to the team concept here in SimWorld Hoops. And I'm just going to have to lean on them for a little bit. Actually, I'm looking forward to seeing Oceania. Would I like for them to get off the schneid? Of course I would. I think Gulf Coast is stronger than everybody giving them credit for.
I have to agree with you there in that respect, that I think Gulf Coast is a little stronger than they are being portrayed right now. It's early days in the season still. Both teams still trying to figure things out. Oceania has a new player entering the starting lineup in his first game as well. It's Joe King Jr., recently committed to the team a few days ago and playing in his first game. Are there any first game jitters for Mr. King, perhaps?
You know what? I don't think so. I think you come into a situation, you got nothing to lose. Show your game, be your game, play your game. You know, the team is, the team is 0-6. What's going to happen? They're going to go 0-7? Who's going to look at you, right? You know, come in here, play your game, support your teammates, get into the flow, get everything moving. You know, I think that's the best. I think that's the best situation to come into.
I definitely have to agree with you there. You know, again, like you said, it's very important to come in and play your game to the best of your ability. And like you said, what's worse is going to happen? You know, you show out and you earn more minutes, you know, as there is a quick defensive 3-second violation. Not a good sign at all.
Did you bring a snack?
I'm going to need one. I got a feeling.
Yeah, it's going to be a while if this keeps up.
We're going to step aside for the free throw and come right back. We are back. First points of the game come on a free throw.
Exciting.
You know what? Not how I would have pegged this one to start at all, but here we go.
I lost my bingo card right there, buddy.
Well, you know what? They get to keep the ball as well because it's a technical foul. So 1-0, Oceania lead. Good to know that we are playing baseball here in a basketball game, apparently.
What you think? So what you think tonight? All right, hey, put one up. There you go. So what you think? Over and under 80 points. What you think?
I think it'll be under 80. Under 80. I'm gonna put the cap on at 75, so we'll close, but it won't get there.
Okay, I thought you said 17 for a second. Okay.
Hey, man, with the way I've been doing math today, apparently that wouldn't surprise me at all. 1-0. Oceania has a small small lead at the beginning of the game. As that one goes out of bounds, Oceania will get possession of it here.
Little early ball, sloppy handling. I think both teams are looking at this as an opportunity to get a win, and I think they're kind of pushing. I think they're kind of pushing the game a little bit right now.
Yeah, and that definitely happens. Richard Hennessy had ball up top, and now with it, there's Oceania still. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Gotta get a shot up here quickly. There it is, off the right side of the rim. No good.
You know what I'm not seeing, boss? I'm not seeing movement away from the ball.
Yeah, no, not seeing a lot of that. We might see a lot of that tonight, though.
There you go.
Cruz with a floater.
There's my man. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. First 2 points of the game goes
Good
to
effective
De'Aaron.
drive, strong shot, stay for the rebound too. That's good fundamentals right there.
Absolutely. Following your shot is very important. Step back three, no good. Hand in the face, great defense. Gulf Coast back with it the other way. That one doesn't fall. Richard Hennessy gets the board.
Get one, give one.
Oceania back in possession of it here. Haven't seen a lot of movement off the ball. I would like to see more of that from Richard Hennessy too, going to work on the inside.
Strong move inside. Way to hold your ground in the court. Way to get the man underneath the bucket. Then he's all yours. All you got to do is just use the rim basically as a screener for you.
Yeah, and I would like to see Richard Hennessy get a lot of usage in this game, given his size and how much that can impact the game at this level.
Yeah, and he also has good. That's a great move inside right there. He also has really good footwork that he can take advantage of.
Hope to see more of that on display here as this game goes on. It's Cole Webb really here trying to make something happen, trying to get past Cruz. Good defense.
Good move. Way to take it.
Yeah, great take it. Go ahead.
Well, one thing you knew, he had no intention of passing that ball because he never looked up once.
No, when look, it's been a lot of isolation between Cruz and Webb. They've been going at the beginning of the game, and De'Aaron. Oh, that was.
So, all right, I'm starting my TikTok list here. Hold up, I'm starting my list here. Well, okay, there you go. All right now.
That was absolutely nasty from Chopra.
Absolutely, 100%. B-Ron, I promise not to yell at clouds tonight. I promise.
Hey, man, it's okay to yell at clouds every once in a while. Not a bad thing sometimes. I understand. I do it too.
I like that move. Strong in. Took the pain, made it happen. Got to the line. That's what you want to do.
Exactly. First free throw attempt does not fall. It's Deontay Joyce.
Yep, absolutely. It's good to see him come in to be a great second option, even a couple of games in. That means this game is just going to grow. That means the team is hopefully have something to coalesce around. That's what they need with a record of 1-5.
Yeah, him and De'Aaron Cruz, Suno Chopra and De'Aaron Cruz, could be. I think Bob mentioned it in our previous broadcast that they could be a really good combination there once they start to gel together more.
Yes.
And how long do you think you would say would take for two players to gel together or a team to gel together? Because we are again still in early days here in the season between teams trying to figure things out. Oh my goodness.
Strong way to put back. There you go. That's a two-man combination you're talking about. Shot goes up, offensive rebound. I love those. I love One, Candy. Boom, put it right back.
Love to see it, man. Love to see it, especially at this level. But back to the question of gelling. How long do you think it would take for players and a team to really gel together, especially at this? Oh my! That is Joe King Jr.
You know what? He brand new and caught a warrant already for that move right there. That's something needs to go sideways. Oh, there we go. Back down.
Man.
Oh, the game is moving fast. You know, I tell you something. The gelling for me happens after practice. When you stay around for the extra shoot around, the extra working out, the combo stuff. Once you got a chance to see what a guy's moves are. Yeah, exactly. In the locker room, and you know, talking in the locker room. You know, talking while you're tying your shoes, talking while you're brushing your teeth. All that stuff happens up because you learn me, I learn you. You know what I favor, I know what you favor, and then we make, oh, that's a nice move into the paint there by 4. Oh, there you go. That's what you do.
Some great basketball being played here to begin the game. We're seeing a lot of nice flurry of offense here after the confusing start, we'll say. But they're getting it going here, and you mentioned about talking in the locker room. That is very, very important. That is where the chemistry really starts to come in for a team. When you and your teammates sitting there talking in the locker room about whatever, be it game plan or otherwise, that's equally, if not more important than your play on the court.
Once again, following up. Yaron puts up the shot. Robin comes in, offensive rebound, puts it back.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen a lot of that to begin the game from Gulf Coast, and that is a really good sign for them. You want a team that's going to be active on both sides of the rebounding, be it offense or defense, but offensive possessions, those second and third and fourth chances, really make a difference.
All the difference in the world, 100%, every day, all day.
We are going to decide really quick, come back for the last 2:10 of the first quarter.
I've invited Pedro over.
Pedro, my man!
We need to talk about something.
Great. Let's talk.
What's new, Pedro?
Look, Tim, for the past 12 years, Pedro and I have been having an affair.
What? I did not see that coming. At all.
Pedro Jr., go to your room. Don't make that face. And take that ridiculous shirt off. Daddy loves you. Sorry, what were you talking about?
Welcome back to New Orleans. 15-9. Gulf Coast in the lead here at home. Standing room only environment. I know this is your first time here, Maestro. What do you think about that?
I love it. Look, I lived in New Orleans for a while, and I'm telling you, if I was back there, I'd be in there right now, my doggone self. The heck with you. I mean, I love you, brother, but I'd be here checking. Oh, nice move in the paint.
Great move there inside, absolutely. Took advantage of the small defender on him as well. 15-11. Gulf Coast in the lead. 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. Oh my! Gotta finish it
There
though.
you go.
Nice.
That's how you make the move there. That was Kai Rainey. That was Kai Rainey with the great move in the paint. Shook his man off, took a nice mid-range jumper, made it happen.
Very nice move there from Kyrani. That's how you make your presence felt. Your first possession of the game. One of your first possessions anyway. As we are down to 110. Here comes a screen.
Oh, good hands. Good hands by De'Aaron Cruz. Way to move it up.
Rainey, free throw line jumper, not good. Rattle out. Oceania a chance to answer back. Make up for that turnover on their last possession down. Cruz has some quick hands. You mentioned it earlier, Maestro. He has really quick hands, and that's one of those things that really impresses me about his game right now as well on the defensive side of the ball.
And also watching him play is something else that I could not get from the stats that I can appreciate now is his instincts. His amazing instincts. Oh, what a way to, that's how you go to backside. Strong move, strong play. There he is. Once again, what can we say? What can we say? There it is. De'Aaron Cruz. Way to move it out the ball. Way to move it out the ball.
Absolutely. Moving up the ball is such a key and really underrated aspect of basketball. It's not something I talk about nearly enough in my personal opinion.
Whitlock is just going to keep the ball from everybody else. Hey, he finally made a pass.
Shot went up, didn't fall.
Yeah.
Last 5 seconds of the quarter here is going to end with things rattling home there.
Andre Ford there with got to use every part of the rim like you're supposed to get your money's worth.
We're getting our money's worth here as the first quarter comes to a close. 10-point lead, 21-11. Gulf Coast in the lead. Come back for the second quarter here in New Orleans.
Gulf Coast is still strong.
Welcome back, everyone. Gulf Coast 10-point lead to begin the second quarter of play here, 21-11. Maestro, what have you seen from both teams that have gotten to this point?
Team ball by Gulf Coast, De'Aaron Cruz leading the way. Just great strong play. I'm gonna say that right there. Just going to get that out the way. Also with it looks like we got a number 2 for him too. But that's definitely going to work out super awesome strong there. And I'm just waiting for Oceania to just kind of figure it out here.
Yeah, and they've got time to figure it out still, obviously. Plenty of time to go here in the second quarter and in the game in general. As Cruz with it, trying to go inside.
Ooh, don't leave him in there. Don't leave him in there.
Yeah, can't do that. It's too easy when he gets that. There's nobody there to really put up a good defensive effort.
And he's
there.
Don't. Yeah, I knew it. that's 7. That's 7.
You felt it coming. You felt it coming, didn't you, Maestro? Uh-oh.
Yeah. I almost jumped the gun. I was gonna say, please, just. He's gonna shoot it.
23-11. Reach-in foul there was on Cole Webb. Inbounded to Cruz.
Good ball movement.
Yeah, Rainey with it now.
Wait for it. Nice screen set.
There
Take
it
in.
is.
Oh. Didn't
Good
get the follow through, but that's okay. That was a great play. That was a great set.
Yep, and Cole Webb the other way, all by himself, finishing easy.
Way to take the leverage. Way to take the leverage. They step out, you step in.
Yeah, I would like to see more of that too. It seems like a lot of these teams don't get out and run in space when they have the opportunity to, when they have the numbers to do it. That's where you can do a lot of your damage.
Well, also, in all fairness, now, there's 2 bad choices in a row. I hate to say about De'Aaron Cruz. Here's the thing. Not everybody sees that leverage point, right? And Gulf Coast, that's the first big transition defense mistake that I've seen tonight. Now, maybe I missed something from before, but that was the first mistake I saw tonight where they did not transition into it. They stepped out of zone, left the paint open.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's one of the first ones that I've also seen as well. More so a general statement for across the league in general, from the things that I've seen anyway. I'd like to see more fast break buckets, but that's just because me personally, I'm a big push the pace kind of guy. If it was me running a team, I want kids who can run up and down the floor. That's how I played.
I got you.
So, we just hit a milestone in the SimWorld Discord, which, if you are new to first time checking out SimWorld, be sure to follow us on the Discord. That's SimWorld, or that is discord.gg/SimWorldNBA. And Big Baby J is our 600th Discord member. Thank you and congratulations on that milestone.
Big Baby J, this is for you. There you go, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for that. For helping us reach milestones, get bigger and better each day. Gulf Coast lockdown in possession of the ball here. 23-15 lead. Cruz.
Great move. That's a great shot. Take it all day. Willie Weasel's in for Oceania. He brings the outside shooting presence, if I'm not mistaken. But,
what a shot from Cole Webb.
Cole Webb, he's going to not pass. Take the shot.
That's what he does. He's a shooter. And that's a great defense there inside.
Yes,
but Gulf Coast gets a rebound, though, regardless.
Gulf Coast, I love their ball movement. Look at it. Strong leverage.
That time.
You got to start making those count. You got to start making the lead is shrinking down. You got to start making those count.
Absolutely. That time Hennessy was able to corral it and get things back in.
Got leverage, got a smaller player. Got a smaller player on you. Good pass out. Nobody's going to get the ball back now. Whoa! Pass. Let me mark that down.
There's a mid-range jumper contested. It falls anyway.
We got very different definitions of mid-range. that was out by the arc.
Timeout.
It was? Hey, man, look. The lines here are really throwing me off, man. The lines are really throwing me off here. The white line there and that what's that, burgundy red line,
Right.
I guess,
Mm-hmm.
around the free throw line. Yeah.
You know what? That's the old women's 3-point line from back in the day when they had different 3-point lines. So
All right.
So you had that, and then you had the larger arc, you know. But I love that mid-range jumper. Let me guess. Okay, be wrong. Let me guess. Steph Curry comes down from the logo. Mid-range jumper.
Mid-range jumper. His range is the whole gym. You didn't know that?
You know what? You know that is true. That you ain't never lied there, brother.
Yeah, his range is the whole gym, and the half court is the middle of the court.
And one great finish there by Brandon Nume. No, Nahume. Did I say that right? Nahume? Natsume works good too. I like that. Thank you. I never heard that before. So there you go, Natsume, and with the and one, great strong finish on the move.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Maybe
try to make it a point game.
Maybe that's gonna be the there you go, and the old-fashioned three. Back when we used to shoot free throws. I don't know if you remember that back in the day. And there's another one, and he got the rebound and the shot goes back. Oh, okay, there you go. So the one-man wrecking crew, Cole Webb, once again. Too soon.
Yeah, man, look, he's battling on the boards, and he got it done that time.
Yeah. I feel like I seen from Men in Black. You see those guys in black suits out there? They work here, too. Good leverage by De'Aaron Cruz. Way to take it across to the strong side. I've seen him go left, and I've seen him go right, both with the ball and without the ball. I'm just more and more impressed with De'Aaron Cruz every time I see him make a move. Strong move inside. Oh, good rebound there. Whoop. I missed the number. Oh, good pass up. There we go.
Ooh, spin move, good up block.
Strong block.
The Gulf Coast still has it 10 on the shot clock.
Was that Richard Hennessy? I missed that. Was that Richard Hennessy? Yes, it was. Thank you so much. Ooh, way to use leverage. That way to make it count. Great move. Strong. Getting
Absolutely
it done
great
in the
move.
hizzy.
And one from Cole Webb.
Yep. So everyone on Gulf Coast now has a bucket on the list. What does that tell you about team play?
Team play is still a thing, and it works wonders. As Webb gets the free throw for making it a 5-point game.
Cole Webb just said, forget you, Joe Boo. I do it myself. If you get that movie reference, you're older than I am.
I'll tell you right now, I didn't, but that's because I'm not a movie guy. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that right now.
I got you. Don't worry. Oceania's finding a way to move the ball through. That's a great bucket way to use some pace. Notice how much less effort they have to use when they move away and with the ball the way they just did. They made that bucket look really easy. Gulf Coast had them locked down, but good ball movement, good people movement, that makes it happen. It's great to see that move.
Yeah, everything is much easier when you move the ball in general. Basketball is a game all about movement, whether it be with or without the ball. You have to be doing that at all times, be active.
Absolutely. Brandon Nasume once again. Great pass through. Could not get the finish. Gulf Coast back up. Straight in the paint. Is he going to make it count? Yes, he is.
30.
Yes, sir. Top of that ball.
34-27. Gulf Coast in the lead. Great drive there in the finish. This has been a really good half basketball maestro.
It definitely got there. Got scared at first when it was like 1-0 with like 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter, but
yeah. It is certainly leveled out here, and we have a really good game here on our hands. Both teams' offenses have figured it out. They're moving well with and without the basketball, as we spoke about earlier, and it's been really fun to watch both these teams go to work. Cruz with it now, behind the 3-point line.
Great pass, great pass.
Jumper, not good. 115.
That's a mid-range jumper. Oh, Cole Webb could not finish it. Wide open underneath.
Yeah, those are ones you have to make. 1 minute mark to go here in the first half of play. And we have not heard from Ciampa. He has the ball now. There.
Now you heard from him.
It's it to go. We spoke him up, man.
We spoke him up.
Spoke him up.
Spoke him up. It's that Nolans voodoo, baby.
He must have heard us over here. I mean, I wouldn't blame him. It's a very intimate environment, so I'd be surprised. As
Cole Webb versus the world.
Yep, Webb, another rack attack there. 38-31.
That's 15.
Cruz, no, can't get the go, but follows his shot. Can't get the second one to go either. That's great defense, though.
You got to see the rim. When you go up, you can't rush it. Got to take your time. You have more time than you think. Cruz knows better. I know he's kicking himself right now. Great block.
What a block there. Clock is turned off. Gulf Coast think they hope for one here, Maestro?
I think I would definitely hope for one. Roy Mason with a great block on the other end and way to bring it up and way to be smart. Put in your top guy's hands and everybody move.
Game clock down to 1. Bucket.
What a smooth move.
What a
smooth move by Mason. What a smooth that entire transition from the block on the other end, bringing the ball up, the great pass, moving without the ball. Mason showed what was happening to end out that quarter and end out the half.
Yeah, 40-31, Gulf Coast in the lead here. We saw an interesting start to the game again with the 1-0 free throw attempt there, but things got going throughout the first half. Maestro, anything that you've seen in particular from either side that can lead to maybe a second half that is much different than the first half?
If Oceania decides to share the ball, they're getting buckets amazingly easy. Not like at the first of the game. They're getting easy buckets now because they're moving around. Everybody's moving around. So if they do that, this score is gonna get a lot tighter, and they might actually be in line for that first win.
Yeah, they definitely might be in line. We'll see if they can get it. Come back for the second half basketball here in New Orleans. Welcome back. Gulf Coast has a 9-point lead, 40-31. But we've seen really good game from Cole Webb of Oceania, Maestro.
Yeah, he's definitely got 19, and everybody knows the record is 34. He's on pace right now for 38, so we see what's going to happen.
Yeah, we will definitely see what's going to happen, what kind of adjustments need to be
now.
made to try to stop Cole Webb.
Starting now.
So it begins. I think
Can he,
I was like, yeah, I think the question though is, with Webb's performance so far in this game, is he going to be enough to bring them back?
Strong move inside there by Joyce. Way to see him play. I hope so. I hope so. It's just that Oceania does so much better as a team when they're doing this right here. This is what you want to see. This is where all their easy buckets have come from.
There's Joe King Jr. Ooh, almost, but second chance here. Third chance.
Okay,
yeah.
There we go. Third time's the charm.
Yep, active on the glass as a team that time. I believe that was a different player got the rebound every time on that possession there.
That's what
so let's see that as well.
Good handle by Rainey, bringing it in.
Rainey can't get that shot to go.
Oh!
Go ahead, Maestro. You want to say something? I think.
I was gonna say, yeah. He got it in. He had to leverage. It was just a tough shot choice. Words hard.
Yes, words are definitely hard. Yeah, for sure. As Cole Webb attacking the basket with
there you
ease.
Go. Is that 23? At 23.
Went right by the entire lockdown defense there. And Rainey trying to do his best Webb impression, and there he goes.
And he does. Way to use his leverage. He got his man on his pocket. That's what you want. You want him on your hip. Then they're all yours. You can just lead them like a steer.
Webb's three-point attempt is not falling that time there. Been some high action to begin the third quarter play here.
Absolutely. A lot of good ball movement here.
Absolutely. Screen coming from Joyce.
Joyce with the rebound and the putback.
Yep, rebound and the putback. Goes 46-39. Gulf Coast still in the lead. It's going to be tough to try and contain Cole Webb, but where do you start if you're Gulf Coast? I know you're winning the game still, and that's good. But you still have to get stops. And how do you consider trying to stop Cole Webb right now? He's the hot hand for Oceania.
Full court, even if it's only him.
Okay, full court press, just him.
Just him. Slow him down to the ball. Slow him down away from the ball. Full deny.
I like it. It makes a lot of sense there. If you put the pressure on him all at the court, maybe he might get a little too dribble happy and go off a foot or something like that, or you put the ball away, whatever it is. But putting the pressure on him is definitely going to be important, I think.
And you make it impossible to get the ball back.
Right, exactly.
It's only a 4-point game here. Deontay Joyce with his second miss in as many possessions and a foul. This has been a bad series of possessions for Joyce. Just 2 misses, now a foul. Can't go over the back. Can't give him that. Whitlock is up to just way too quick. He's shown that all the time.
2 shots.
Yeah, now he's gonna go here to the free throw line. Try and cut into this lead and make it a 1-possession game here.
And Whitlock is nothing going to get stronger. He's 16. He's just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger.
It's 46-43. It's now a 3-point game. And you talk about getting stronger, Maestro. And, again, a lot of these kids are 15 to 17 years old here in Stonewall. They have plenty of time to grow and that kind of stuff. Any kind of recommendations you have for workouts or anything like that for strength, be it in the arms or legs or whatever it is, body in general?
Well, I'll tell you straight up something. As a player, as a coach, as anything, I look for 2 things: good move inside, great pass. I look for flexibility along with strength. You can be strong, but if you're not flexible, it doesn't mean anything. And for a player like that, there are very few players that I can remember that had the size, flexibility, and footwork that you saw with Chocolate Thunder. If you remember him back in the day, Daryl Dawkins, you know, he was a big dude, super flexible, super strong. Shaq had that same thing at 7'2". Yeah. Sometimes he moved like a small forward. He just surprised you. Great hands, great steal by Hennessy.
Hennessy, yeah.
Oh, follow up. Use the leverage out. He decided to pass out, but he was wide open underneath the basket. But yeah, so that's one thing I look for. Just for basketball, you don't want football muscles unless you want wide receiver muscles. You want to have long, lanky, strong muscles. Great shot by three, and you want to give yourself an opportunity to stay as flexible and as loose as possible. Otherwise, all that strength doesn't mean anything. So yoga, Pilates, that stuff, along with like core strength training, man, you'll be unstoppable. Hey! Great pass. There you go.
That's one way to make it a 2-point game.
Absolutely. Game a lot closer than it should be.
We have a 2-point game here, 48-46. And lead's going to grow there as the three-pointer falls.
Timeout.
51-46. Timeout on the floor. Oceania's going to take a quick break here, talk some things over.
Absolutely.
If you are Oceania and Coach Wheeler, what are you saying to the team in the huddle here?
We have to find a balance, a way to get Webb back in the game along with the team. Right now, Webb has not touched it. Well, now, I'm sorry. I missed it if he was on the floor or not. I thought he was. But Webb, I've not seen Webb with the ball in his hand in the last 4 possessions. Now, I hate to be pulling an old guy move here. I thought I saw him on the floor. You got to get the ball in his hands. He's making it happen for you tonight. But you need everybody else to at least move, at the very least move. Okay? So that's what I'm saying right now. Let's find a way to get our strongest scorer of the ball. Everybody else move away from it. I'm going to tell Gulf Coast, by the way, we need to be smarter and not give away buckets in the paint on both sides of the floor. We can't miss it when we're in the paint. We can't let them have shots in the paint.
Definitely agree with you there, as Cole Webb is not on the floor as we see some subs come in the game. He was not on the floor prior to the substitutions either. So
thank you for that.
I haven't seen him on the floor in a while. You are very welcome. Here to help, man.
Yeah, because I got my binoculars. They ain't working that well right
now. Oceania with it. Turnaround jumper, not good, but the second chance is.
Offensive rebounds. Make your day.
That's been a big thing for them here in this game, is ability to rebound and get those second chance buckets for both teams, really. They've both done a good job of that, but Oceania, as of late, they've been better of the two at that, in my opinion.
I am beyond impressed with De'Aaron Cruz on that play right there. It was just a matter of wills. He was going to make that happen. He used spacing. He got his team in there. He kept his pass. I saw his head up, so that means he was looking to pass the ball if he needed to, but he took advantage of his leverage. I'm beyond impressed with watching this kid here tonight.
And De'Aaron Cruz, he's the number 14th ranked player in SimWorld Hoops right now, so his stock is definitely improving thanks to his play, and that's what you have to do. You look at the body work over the course of a month, and we see where you go. There was a lot of talk from players in the league about their ranking, moving up, moving down, that kind of stuff. And I know it was only the first set of rankings, but how much stock do you put into the first set of player rankings after a month of play?
None.
Fair enough.
None. No, none. And I'll tell you why. One of my first articles, if you remember, that I wrote was about De'Aaron Cruz, even though the team didn't have any wins. I could just having not seen him play, but looking at his numbers, looking at his stats, I saw a cat who was basically leading his team without worrying about the back of his jersey, definitely worried about what's on the front of his jersey. You can definitely tell. And I was seeing it. I'm glad to see that I was not wrong about that. But in terms of the rankings, here's what it matters to me. And I know I said that kind of quick. At this particular point, whether I'm ranked first or whether I'm ranked 50th, or if I'm a coach and have a player who ranks first or ranked 50th, what I'm looking for is contribution. I'm looking for contribution to the team, regardless of the record. Straight in on the hoop there, the dunk by Mason after the great pass. Great big, I love big man passing. Woo! I gotta take off my shirt. Give me a second. But just what it tells me is how you're stacking up to what's around you. But what's more important than what's around you, I'm looking at your contribution to your team, regardless of the record.
Definitely agree with you there. We've seen some big contributions on both sides tonight. Fourth quarter coming up here. Gulf Coast in the lead. Come back for a what I think is going to be an exciting fourth quarter finish. Welcome back, New Orleans. Gulf Coast in the lead, 55-52. To their credit, in the third quarter, they held Cole Webb to just 4 points. He's now 23. Entering the final quarter of play, Maestro, what do you think has happened for Gulf Coast coming out on top here in this?
Gulf Coast, they need to keep doing what they're doing and not giving up points in the paint on both sides of the floor. I'm going to say that again. They've missed too many points way inside, and they've given them too many points way inside for it to really be this close. But also, De'Aaron Cruz with the shot up. But also, what has happened is, Oceania is when their team concept, they are a tough team, man. No wins doesn't mean anything. Way to use your leverage.
Cole Webb,
25.
My goodness, young man. Throw it down, young fella. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit during our break here. This Oceania team does not look like a team that has no wins. They're competing in a majority of their games. They're a scrappy team.
Absolutely. Great bucket by Joyce. Way to use his size in the paint. I love a big man in this story, bro. I want to be a big man so bad.
Me too. I know. Me too. I know how you feel. I'm a extremely small person by stature, so yeah, like I know that. Hey, look at that!
All the way through the hoop by Sumo Chape. We were looking for him earlier. There we go.
Yeah, we were. I think he's gonna have to come alive here too. In the fourth, it'll be a combination of him and Cruz. You know, two people can combat one person. That's just a number thing on how that works.
Yeah.
If you have two guys like Chapa and Cruz going to work, Cole Webb and his efforts will be all for naught.
And look, don't lose sight. Don't lose sight of Nasume either. Bringing it down in Joyce. Joyce handling tonight. I mean, it's all across the table.
Yes, absolutely. And you mentioned Joyce here. He's 2 rebounds away from a double-double. He had 11 points, 8 rebounds coming into the fourth quarter.
Great pass.
The pass.
Great pass from Rainey to Mason. Strong.
Really like Roy Mason's game.
Webb, 27. That Webb, I believe that was Webb.
He's getting up there.
7 points away. 7 points away. That's what we all said. Oh, with the floater.
Wow. Floater alert.
Cruz. Oh.
65-56.
Well, they definitely blew past our total, boss.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely did. Didn't think they would get here, but here they are. It's been a really fun game. Pleasure calling it with you, Maestro. Again, this is your first game here with me and here in Tim World TV in general. So pleasure to have you along for the ride.
Same here. We're looking forward. We got a post-up coming up after this, as well as another game between Cascadia and the Middle East, Sim World Middle East. It's another scrappy game. Looking forward to it.
Yes, Sim World Middle East, they've also done their part, much like Oceania, of hanging around in games. And they are also one of those teams that will give you a run for your money if you let them. And they're gonna have a tough task in Cascadia tonight, but we'll see if they can hang around and maybe do enough to have a chance at winning that one. Oceania coming down, not able to hit the three.
Yeah, could have definitely used more clock on that and definitely got a better shot. Oh, easy pass inside. The big man gives Mason once again, easy inside the paint. That's what you want. You don't want to give those away, but you also make sure that you don't want to lose those on your side. And that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Absolutely. And, the quick shots we're seeing from Oceania in the last couple of possessions here, this last one in particular, really aren't doing them any favors because it doesn't allow their offense to get set. And when that happens, your defense on the backside also can't get set.
Oh.
An easy bucket either way.
There you go. Well, one of the rare lapses on defense by Gulf Coast by giving, I think it's the third time this game where they totally left the lane wide open for someone to drive through.
Yeah, I don't see that happen a whole lot. I haven't seen a lot in this game. Chopper fires, can't get it to fall. It rattles in and out.
Chopper's coming out to get his. Chopper's coming out to get his. He must have heard you. He's actually doing what he needs to do to help contribute to the team. We just need to be a little smarter with our shot choices here.
Yeah, definitely can be a little bit smarter with the shot selection. That's a good shot inside though from Oceania. Just couldn't get it to go. But there's a 3-ball. That's short. Back the other way with it now.
I'm getting ready to start yelling at clouds. I feel it coming. I need somebody to hold my hand.
Hennessy with it here. Big fella spinning on the inside.
Nice move with the left hand off the weak side and one.
Start it.
Strong move. That was a Robert Parrish move right there. Talking about him earlier from the earlier post-up tonight. That's a Robert Parrish move. He would walk you through. He'd use the rim as a screener and put up with the weak side with the opposite hand shot, just like that. Just watch him do that all the time. And I hated the Celtics, but I loved to watch his game inside back when he played. Yeah.
That is a very pretty move as Gulf Coast has the lead still. It's a small lead, and I mean, look, Oceania, they are doing everything they need to do to be in this game at this point. They just have to get over the hump. How do you think they do that coming down the stretch of the last 2:48, Maestro?
Push the ball up, smarter shots earlier in the shot clock. Don't give Gulf Coast a chance to walk it up, even if you only do a 2-and-1 pressure scheme, right? So in other words, pressure on the inbound pass, not a full-out trap whoever the pass goes to, but enough to slow them down so that way you can hopefully get their hand back. Whoa, player of the game coming up. I'm going to put in my vote, boss. I'm sorry, I know I stepped all over you on that one.
No, fine.
I'm putting my vote for De'Aaron Cruz, and I know that's a little biased there. So that's my vote for player of the game so far. Who you got?
So player of the game usually goes to the winning team, but I'm going to have to flip it and go with Cole Webb purely because of his offensive output tonight.
Thank you.
He's did a really good job of keeping Oceania in the game.
What a pass.
And there's
what a
great
block.
defense there. More of it. So they get another chance at it. 3-ball this time. Yeah, it's good. 70-62. Gulf Coast lockdown. Great job fighting through, getting multiple rebounds, set them up for that 3-ball, Maestro.
I'm glad you said what you said about Webb. There's another 2 points. He's at 29. I'm glad you said what you said about Webb because I was leaning toward him too, but I was trying to follow the rules. Chopper again. Yep, Chopper finally gets a 3 to go.
Definitely understand that. Another 3-ball. That's his second one in a row. Hit one down the floor last time.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Yes, good call. Good eye.
73-64. Minute 45. Step back. Webb.
31. 31. 3 away from tying the season high.
So close. Minute 30 seconds. I think he gets it. Cruz with a jumper, and that one goes.
So tough. I'm getting me a Cruz jersey tomorrow.
Man, he is on cruise control right now.
Oh, nice.
66. Yeah, it was good, right? That's my one.
I see what you did there. I mean, I'm sorry. I know I can't keep saying it. I was impressed with him before I saw him play, just looking at the stats in his game. But looking at his game, I'm even more impressed. Oh, looks like one of my putts, baby. Use all the holes multiple times.
And did that on purpose too. Let rattle around a little bit, waste more time off the clock a little bit too. After a minute to go in the game.
I know he did.
77-66.
Good back down. Way to use leverage. Strong pull.
That's good defense though from Joyce.
Party's over, baby.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm gonna channel my best Rick Blaze. It's over, baby. It's over now. Ain't nothing else but the crime.
Rick Blaze will be proud of that, I think. As that shot cannot go. But at this point, it's not gonna matter too much. We're gonna charge on Whitlock.
Okay, I'm dancing. Give me 1 second. You got it. Let me dance.
Yeah. That's a dirty, right?
Oh, they did that for me, baby. They did that for me.
That's a
When I'm
dirty
president-
right there.
When I'm president of like North America, I'm going to make the charge a stat. And we're going to go back and watch every game, give everybody who took a charge a stat, from high school to college to AAU to Catholic League.
Everybody,
man.
Everybody here at Gulf Coast Lockdown is going to be happy about it. Fans are going to go home happy as Gulf Coast gets their second win of the season, 77-6 over Oceania. Final thoughts, Maestro?
Oh, it was a great total team game by Gulf Coast. They got stronger as we went on. It was a pleasure to see the work by Oceania. A mega pleasure, because it's good to see that team ball concept. That team is a lot stronger than that record. If somebody walks in there and they let it slip, Oceania's going to put it on you.
You sure are. Been a great game here. Post up coming up, and then we'll have Cascadia Summer Middle East following. Stay tuned for both of those things. We'll see you shortly in the next one.
Welcome back to Post Up number 2. This is Maestro, joined by the only man in the history of the world who was kicked off the track team, the chess team, the knitting team, and the math squad. My main brother, Big Bob. How you feeling today, fam?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Outstanding. So we had a great game there between Gulf Coast and Oceania.
Sure.
Side by side, two strong teams, regardless of what the record says. What did you see? What did you think? What did you feel?
I need more Webb. I don't think we got enough of him. But that was all we got from Oceania. I think he put up 31 points. He was the man tonight for Oceania, and unfortunately nobody else stepped up around him. But on the other side, really at the end of the game, I'm not sure if Oceania was just tired or not, but those two daggers from Natsumi at the end of the game really put Gulf Coast out ahead of Oceania for good.
Great call. Sure did. And I'll tell you something. I think there's something to be said by that. Gulf Coast, for the entirety of the game, played a strong team concept.
Yeah.
And I stopped counting after 20 possessions of Oceania bringing the ball up the court, no passes, then a shot. I just said, that's when I said, you know what, I'm running out of places to put like my hashtag marks. So just but you know, it's gonna catch up with you if you move without the ball. If you move with the ball, it's gonna catch up with you. But Gulf Coast just seemed to maintain it all night tonight. It was really good to see. And really good to see about De'Aaron Cruz, man. A guy that I'm gonna tell you something. And you know, I say it again, one of my first articles was about him, even though the team did not have a great record. Just looking at the numbers, looking at the game, he was everything I thought he would be and more.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this kid is talent-wise, he's probably top 15 in all of SimWorld hoops. Unfortunately, he's just stuck on a team that has not really been able to get it together. Unfortunately, he has big shoes to fill. Ground Zero season, D. Woodley, he was there, really put Gulf Coast on the map. And Cruz is he may be more talented than Woodley, but he just can't will them to a win like Woodley did, which I guess maybe that means he's not as good as him.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great call, because sometimes the ball bounces evenly in basketball. We all know that. But one thing that one thing that Cruz has now, he has Joyce.
Yeah.
He has Natsume. He has Choppa. I mean, and it was also really, just seeing him play off of Joyce tonight and see Chopper bring his game on late and strong, you know, being left wide open because everybody's leaning on Cruz, and all of a sudden Chopper steps in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something's going to be said about Gulf Coast, man. I've always felt good about them as a team. I've always felt good about Cruz as the leader, as a player. And I'll tell you something. We can call him a kid if we want to, and oh, by the way, it's not in any sense of disrespect. But watching him play tonight, I see in his game what I saw in his numbers, and that is that old school awareness about the floor. He knew when he had to take it himself. He knew when he had to pass it off. I think maybe I think I saw 2 bad passes tonight from him. He always passed his man open. One of the things we talked about, high school, college, pro, what's the difference? High school, you got to be open for me to pass it to you. College, I need a lane to pass it into. Pro, I'm going to pass you open, and when you open, you're ready for the shot. I watched him make all those passes tonight. I think only saw 2 bad passes, and one I'm put an asterisk by because I think his teammate was not looking for the ball. So that was just really nice to see. Just very, very impressive across the table. And speaking about the table, let's talk about choices. You know, when do you press? You know, one thing I say about my the broadcast leader, B-Ron, you know, he was asking great questions about, okay, what do we do at this point? What do we do at that point? So it's kind of hard for the old coach in me not to come out, right? So I'm gonna put it to you. How do you make your choices for your defensive and offensive setup as you're going through the game? Something that can help someone who's kind of listening to the wise brain of the Big Bob man.
I think you got to go for the knees. That's in my opinion, that's the best defense. Go for the knees. But I think you have to, regardless of some of these kids still being raw and not necessarily having their shooting rhythm down yet, you can't give them any space. I think that you obviously can't go full court press all game. I don't recommend ever going full court press, period. But once they cross that half court line, I think you need to be up on them. You cannot give him any space, because if they can't get open, the percentage of shot, good to bad, terrible. If you are up on somebody and they're trying to shoot the ball, there's a good chance there's going to be some contact, and you're going to affect that shot somehow, whether or not it's called for a foul. There's a lot of lax defense, and again, they're young, they're kids, they're learning. But man, get up on your guy.
And you know what? It all starts with the feet. It all starts with your feet. You have to be on balance. And I'm gonna say, and I know it's cliche, so please don't yell at me, Big Bob. I know it's cliche, but you have to be athletic. You have to be on your feet. You have to be athletic throughout the play, not just because my man has the ball, but before he gets the ball, you need to be there and make that decision right now that he's gonna have to get like Secret Service to help get him clear to get this ball, because I'm going to be on him so tight that it's not even going to matter. So, all right, Big Bob, here's the question. I know you is an athlete, and I know you do what you do, but have you ever had that moment on the floor where you got the tickles, that you did a play or something happened and you just could not stop laughing?
There was my junior year of high school. It was a downpour, and it was a whole team thing. Fortunately, I think the refs were a little lenient on us, and nobody got called for offsides. Downpour, the field sucked. I think 3 of us, we didn't jump, but we were trying to jump the snap. Man, I slid my hand. I went forearm deep or elbow deep into this mud. I could not stop sliding on that play. Again, the ref didn't call it. I think he was just like, he probably couldn't even see it with how bad it was raining and how crappy that field was. But I mean, I just couldn't stop laughing. It's like, how does that even happen? Like, it was like we were just it was like a mud bath.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's always little odd moments like that. Mine was but the most embarrassing time it was. I just got through transferring to a new school. In the game, and you know me, I want to take a charge. I want to get hit. I want to feel your foot on my lung so that I know I'm in the game. So here I am. So, and I would dive for every ball, including sometimes I actually knocked my teammate out the way. I would dive for every ball. So here's a play. Ball goes strong side out, and there's 3 guys there, and I don't even care what the color of the jerseys were. All I know is the ball was loose on the floor, so I'm diving in through them like Superman, right? I go diving through them. I somehow get the ball, and I'm back up, and I'm off the ground, and I can see our rim down court, and I just flung the ball there. I did not know that one of my teammates was there. He took it, perfect alley-oop, put it in, and I just started laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing. The cheerleaders started laughing. My teammates started laughing. The coach started laughing. And my mama slapped the back of my head, and I stopped laughing. And she said, "What you laughing at, boy? You're supposed to do that." And that was the end of that. But those are those moments that happen in the game that you there's no way you could have planned sliding 19 feet in the mud, right? And but when it happens, while it's happening, everything's in slow motion, right?
Yeah.
Everything's in slow motion, and you're thinking to myself, this is ridiculous. If this was in a movie, we'd be like, for real right now? For real right now? And speaking of for real right now, we got another game coming up between Cascadia and the Middle East. But before we give a shout out for that game, please check out our podcast, Blaze and Takes with Rick Blaze. You got to see me play, baby. I got to talk. I'm talking. I got to talk. That's my boy Blaze. The Marsh Pod, my man doing his thing. And of course, my favorite podcast, the award-winning, the Emmy-nominated, Tony,
Ooh.
Oscar, and Grammy-winning. Well, at least in my house, around the table, around the table with E Lava and the Fat Man, or I like to call him my fun-sized buddy. You know who I'm talking about. He's right here. Please check out our podcast. Please give us a shout out. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about sometimes. Don't let
What
us
you
guide the
want?
story. Yeah, what you got? What you got? There you go. Of course, always a shout out to our production team. Yells, the origin, always keeping us sounding great, looking great, smelling great. Well, looking great. Don't forget Siege, the stomach scouting expert. You know, he's always gonna, he's always gonna find something to eat and tell you what he got to do on the game. And and of course our other family with the other production family that's always doing great work. And of course for everybody here on Discord, following us in SimWorld Hoops, we're getting ready to ramp up, getting ready for the race to one, because it can only be one. If you ever saw Highlander, you know what I'm talking about. So my man, Big Bob, you tell me. We got Cascadia, we got the SimWorld Middle East. Who you got?
It's a tough one because this is another game where we have two teams with similar records. But
by that you mean bad.
I'll say they're aight. They're aight. I think I'm gonna have to go with what I think would be the perceived upset, and I'm gonna go with Middle East in this one. And I'm gonna go with Middle East in this one primarily because of their sniper at the wing, Abdul Rahman. I don't think Cascadia is gonna have an answer for him tonight, and we've seen a couple 30-point scores today. I think that Tyson Simpson put up. I think that was today. Tyson Simpson put up 32, I believe. Cole Webb just put up 31. I think that Abdul Rahman is going to put up a 30 burger. I'm going to give him 33. Give him the high for the day.
I'm writing that down. 33. There we go. I got you. I got it on the books. We're going to see what's happening. But thank you guys for hanging out for Post Up number 2. Thank you, of course, my partner, Big Bob. This is Maestro. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a super awesome good reason that the alien technology from Independence Day worked with Macintosh, because Macintosh don't work at all. So that shows that we were going to beat the aliens anyway. So we see you guys in the next game coming up. Peace out.
Hello, everybody. Game 3 of our triple header tonight. We are at the Parallel Fairgrounds in Seattle, Washington. We have Cascadia taking on SimWorld Middle East. I'm B-Ron alongside Maestro once again joining me in the booth, and our producer yells, Maestro, how are you doing? Third game of the night, man. You're second game here with me. How you doing? SimWorld Jet treat you all right?
I'm loving it. I'm loving every moment of it, loving every second of it.
Happy to have you here with me once again. This is my first time here at the Parallel Fairgrounds calling a game. There's a 3-ball for Middle East getting things started for them. Cascadia has a new player just joined their team today. Earlier, that is Cole Armin. Colt Armin.
And he's
Amrin. Colt Amrin.
And he's starting. Starting at the power forward. It's good. It's going to hopefully make an early impact for his team. Looking forward to see his work with these guys. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be fun to see how he fits into this Cascadia team. A team that has some firepower. Montel Cage, Jason Tada, from the mind, Arthur Lattimore. All those 3 players from the mind for me to get them on paper.
Middle East coming out strong there. Early 5-0 lead. Nice to see.
Yeah, coming out very strong. And just like our last game, they're much like SimWorld Oceania, where they've done a good job hanging around in games.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers after that move. That was, I think I need to put down some flowers. That was a nasty open court move.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
I really hope he's got a copay.
Middle East has
100%. 100%.
Three ball no good. Middle East misses. Cascadia back with it. 3-ball the other way. Also not good. But the second chance goes. That is Arthur Lattimore.
So strong.
And that one to go.
So strong.
First 4 buckets first 4 points go to him.
Oh, tough move in the middle there. And there you go. Farbudi. Work with me on that. Please forgive me.
We got some difficult names here to pronounce for sure. We will do our best as always.
Always out of respect, fam. Always out of respect.
Of course.
So far, Middle East has only shown 1 bad possession. Every other possession like that has been very strong. Great pass in the middle, of course, by Abdul Rahman, their main man, and great pass down low. Passed his man open.
And that's exactly what you want to do. Lead your man to the open spot, put him in the best position you can to get in the easiest bucket possible. Tie up here, jump ball.
You too.
Oh, I love it. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. No, you never let it go. You make the ref come push you off the ball.
And we actually do jump balls here in SimWorld. There is no possession.
I love it.
Hero.
I love it. I love it. I should have put on extra deodorant if I didn't know it was going to happen like that. That's a good move right there.
Jump ball. Yeah, jump ball goes Middle East. I love those too. They're old-fashioned. I like them. The 3-ball does not go.
Not enough legs in the shot. Everything else was good, just not enough legs in the shot.
And there it is the other way. Arthur Lattimore throwing it down with 1 hand.
Yeah.
This 3-point game.
All 6 of their points is he's carrying the water tonight. And dab on the floor. Oh, come on.
I love that.
I'm pull off my socks in a minute. Let's go. Let's go.
Good contest there from Tada.
Great contest there, yeah. Now, that was the case where Cascadia forced a bad possession by Middle East. That's what you want to see. They want to be able to stay close here.
Yeah, absolutely. Mismatch down low.
Whoa, you got to work that.
Another one. All 8 of their points to begin the game have come from Arthur Lattimore.
We're going to have to talk about how to handle a mismatch if you're a small caught on a big.
Yeah,
we got to talk about that.
Yeah, we got time. Let's talk about it.
So, okay, here we go. So here's the deal. Even you got to get dirty here. You know, even though I played at 6'6", I always like to go against the 6'11", 7-footers. what you got to do is you have to make two choices. If they have you high in the paint, you need to get right in their hip and make them feel your nose breath in their crotch. You got to make sure that they don't have any sort of movement at all. So when they get it and they turn, you're going to get that charge. If they get you low in the paint, you got to front them and use the rim as a second defender to help you out. Because there's no way, if you're going to let them get square up on you on the floor, that you'll ever be able to you face them straight up. So you have to be smart about where their feet is to let that decide what you're going to do.
Yes, exactly. You have to be in control. Even as a smaller man, you have to be in control. And that's difficult to do. As someone who's 5'6" and always played at that height, yeah, that's a very difficult thing to do, trying to get bigger.
All about attitude. Abdul Rahman with the turn up, but that is 12 points again. So Rahman with the 3, followed up with a great inside move there. I think he has 12 of their points.
Yeah, he has all 12 of their points. We're going to take a quick break, come back for the last 2:38 of the first quarter. Welcome back to Parallel Fairgrounds. Middle East out to a 15-12 lead. But, really, in my opinion, the big thing for Cascadia has been Arthur Lattimore. He's been everything for this team so far. First 10 points of the
100%.
game for them. Montel Cade only has 2. Right now, if you're Middle East, how do you slow down Arthur Lattimore, Maestro?
You have to make him move his feet against his strength. And what's happening right now is he's taking that big 6'9" frame, and with no help side, with a smaller guy on him, it looks like he's able to trap himself down low with a guy who's rocking about 5'10". That's gonna be a bad day for everybody all day with a guy as strong as he is. So you got to make him move his feet against his weight, not let him get set and in a position to call for the ball. There we go.
That's going to be a blocking foul on Tada. But I definitely do think that is a good starting point in terms of trying to slow down Arthur Lattimore. The problem right now is that, they haven't figured it out yet, and maybe they will. It's still early in the game. Maybe they won't, and it'll be a big night for Arthur Lattimore. We've seen all across the world tonight. We've seen big scoring nights from a lot of players.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, I'm just going to say this. I'm saying that, right? He has very strong feet movement, and when you got a big guy with kind of like Akeem the Dream, people sleep on his feet, man. And he would always have himself in a position, no matter what you thought you had, Akeem would always find a way to be where he needed to be with the leverage he needed to have. And he did it so smooth, it basically looked like everybody else was sleeping. And right now, Lattimore is kind of showing that same sort of thing. Even though he has the size, he could bully his way if he wants to. He's using great footwork to get himself in position.
Yeah, he is. We saw some great hands there on the defensive end.
100%. Nice job there. That's a strong ball game right there.
Yeah, unfortunately, wasn't able to get possession for Cascadia. He still has
aware of the shot clock.
Yep, shot clock winding down. Just had to get a shot out before the violation there. Resulted in a bad miss. But there, the jumper falls for Jason Tada. As Cascadia now has the lead, 16-15. This is their first lead of the game.
Yep.
Remember, it serves correctly. The Moise came out to the hot start. 5-0 run to begin.
Strong inside move. Great finish there.
I am very surprised at the ability of these 16, 17, 15-year-old kids to finish inside at the rate that they do with such efficiency. It seems like that's uncommon. You don't see it a whole lot at this level.
Right. And you know what? That shows you that there isn't a level of awareness for the individual game that one must appreciate right now. We generally, from generation to generation, everything changes, right? Team concept, how they were great 3 there.
Chris Owen, great 3.
By Owen. Team concept ball. Where do I need to be? How fast do I need to be there? What does my man need for me to do right now? Set the screen, weak side, strong side, whatever, right? But these players they come to the game with an individual identity. They know like that. That guy knows that's my shot, so I'm taking it. Now, someone else might not feel that way, but they know their games. They have very strong sense of self-awareness to know what they can do or what they want to do. And when you see that balance of someone with good head space, good game space, good foot space, good things happen for the team.
Yeah, a lot of good things happening here in this game as well. 19-17, Cascadia out in front. First quarter comes to a close. Come back for the second quarter here at Parallel Fairgrounds. Welcome back to the Parallel Fairgrounds. Cascadia up by 2 to begin the second quarter, 19-17. Seen a really good first quarter from Arthur Lattimore, where Cascadia really got them going as Chris Owens begins the quarter there for Cascadia. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come for Cascadia.
Cascadia is 81%. 81%. I mean, you know, that is efficiency to the nth degree. And if they can maintain that, but it's amazing that the game is still this close with that sort of efficiency.
Dan the man on the glass. I love to see it. Dan Levin's one of my favorite players on this Cascadia team. And I really he seems to be always in the right place at the right time, like right there, for example.
Take a break. Take a break.
Give me
2
some.
shots.
Foul there on Al-Dazari, I believe. I just like the fact that even though Al-Dazari is at 6 foot, he was willing to go in there, face up, take the chance. Only one thing is going to happen: you make him work for those points.
Yeah, exactly. Make him work for the points, slows the pace down a little bit, and plus, you know, exerting that little bit of extra energy to try to get the, you know, drawing the foul and everything that comes along with that as well.
Good. Sinks them both to play the way to make it count. You know what? If Cascadia is shooting in the low 80 percentile here, and they're still only up by 5, what does that tell you?
That's a good question, Maestro. Throwing it back at me. I appreciate that. So I think that's telling me personally that Middle East is also doing their part and scoring when they can, and their shots that they're taking are falling, and they're good shots as well. Because you're not going to be up, you're not going to shoot 80% and only have the lead that they do. Most times, when you're doing that, you're blowing out the other team.
And that's Tada again, correct?
Yes, that was Jason Tada again. 26-17 Cascadia out in front. We got some ISO ball here. Not working out as it eventually gets passed around.
Mark team concept, pull out of it. Oh, way to get your leverage. Way to get your leverage. Way to get your leverage. You need a speeding ticket for that because he's on the brake so fast the radar gun didn't work.
Yeah,
That's how you man off. He thinks he's gonna drive through. You stop, pull up. You're by yourself. Nice, great choice.
Ooh. Owens attacked the basket, but he got sent back.
I'm about to yell out loud. Hold on, take a second here. That's why you don't go pretty. You go, no fancy loop-de-loop, Dr. J, round a finger. No, you go to the rim with an attitude. Right? You hit it like it owes you money twice, and you don't. That fancy stuff is going to get knocked out of it every time. That was a smart heads-up play by the defense by not giving up on the ball.
Yeah, and Owens comes out after that. Montel K checks back in. And he takes that jumper and can't get that one to fall.
Somebody's going to do push-ups. How are you going to hold your arm up on a mid-range jumper?
It's all about the swagger these days, Maestro. Well, to the detriment and benefit at times.
You better have something with that swag. I'm going to start acting like Rick Blazer. That don't mean nothing if you don't make the shot, baby. That's an honor of you, Blazer.
Yes. Blazer will be proud of that, I am sure, my friend.
Love me some Blaze, man. Love me some Blaze.
Tough shot there from Montel Cajun, the leaning jumper, but it fell anyway. Falls anyway. 28-22. Cascadia out in front still. Since they have gained the lead, they haven't let it go, so that's a good sign at least.
Yep.
Good defense there on the inside.
Oh, offensive rebound. I thought he had the bucket, but he passed it right to his man. Unselfish. Good move. Oh, let's make it count.
Now, 3 ball for it. No.
Oh.
Third time, not the charm. Cascadia ends it there.
2 offensive rebounds in the paint. You are the smaller team. You need to take that back up to the rim. You need to take that back up there. You can't give away buckets like that. I know you're trying to pass. I love the team concept. If you have the ball in the paint and you're Middle East, head to the rim. Make them come to you. Best case scenario, you make the basket. Better case scenario, you make the basket and you get fouled. Better case scenario, you make the basket and one, take the foul, make it 3.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think you have to, when you have the ball down low like that on a rebound especially, if you're able to get a good shot up, put a shot up. I wholeheartedly agree with you there.
Yeah.
The ball should only come out to the top to reset if you are smothered or you feel like you don't have a chance at a good shot. Other than that, go back.
Now with this lineup, Middle East has some size advantage, or at least matching up a little bit better in size. You got to take advantage of that even more in the paint.
Yeah, you definitely have to. You have to play to your strengths, and right now Middle East's strength is height. As Tada, shot clock winding down, jumper goes.
Smart ball.
30-22. Cascadia, again, still out in front. They have held this lead for a good chunk of time here. That's great defense, but man, that's a tough way to go there. Felt like good defense, and the shot still goes. And oh no, bad pass, foul, no bucket.
See
Roman.
what I mean? See what I mean? Insert point there. First of all, that was a great bucket. That was a great bucket by Farludi. But that's why you go to the rim. Only good things happen if you go strong to the rim.
Yeah, if you get that steal and you pull up for a jumper and you miss, you're one, probably not getting the foul called, and two, you just gave away a possession unnecessarily. So if
you're not Stephen Curry, there is no such thing as a breakaway 3. No offense.
Agreed.
Get me to the paint.
Look, very few players, even at this age, has a stroke like Stephen Curry does, you know? And it's fine to want to be the next Curry, but you got to get there first. And I think that, again, it comes from knowing your strengths and what you can and can't do. Like
100%. Know thyself.
Self-assessments and all that stuff. As Cage drives and gets the layup. Kiss off the glass.
That's probably only the second or third bad defensive possession I've seen out of the Middle East there. I'm really impressed with their ability to move off the ball, both on offense and defense. That was the third bad possession. Oh, nice, strong 3.
Great 3 ball there. I think that possession there for Middle East was, like I said, one of their worst, just because there was a lack of movement, like you said, off the ball. No one rotated over to help out and close up the middle of the lane. But that time, you just got beat by Arthur Lattimore.
Sir, pull over license and registration, please.
My goodness.
That's my oh goodness gracious. You ate the Thanksgiving turkey in front of that man's face.
He's having
little man in the paint. That's what I'm talking. Give me some of that love.
That's a mouse in the house, yeah.
Little man, my man. Give me some love.
Oh, it's a 3-point game here. Middle East hanging around. 3 ball, no good. That's a poor shot, only because of the results and what wasn't good. Wasn't good.
Well, you know what? The ball stayed on one side of the floor. Very little happens that's good when the ball stays on one side of the floor.
Yeah,
there you go. Look, work it.
Oh, that's a block. It's Lattimore blocking. That's a shot clock violation.
He got a little too happy. Lattimore is a little too strong. No offense to my man, but Lattimore is stroking at 6'9", and you're stroking at what, 4'7", 4'8". You might want to just consider that next time. Just a thought. Throwing it out there.
Yeah. To be fair, shot clock was winding down.
You're absolutely right
in that regard. And Lattimore once again.
His movement away from. Look, I know I sound like a broken record, and everybody, my boy B-Ron about to turn off my mic. Movement away from the ball is everything for anybody, but especially a big man, especially for a big man with feet that are just that sweet. He makes up happen, even on his screens, weak side screen, pivot move, all day long. Lattimore once again. Thank you for making me look smarter than I really am. Mr. Lattimore, that's what I'm talking about. Those are good choices all the way.
Yep, beautiful screen. Roll into the basket. It's a block from Lattimore. He's doing everything.
Starts with the feet. We talked about this off, in between. all good things start with the feet. You move your feet to get yourself in position. That's what's going to happen. And Lattimore is putting on a clinic. Offensive, defensive, everything on the side.
Right place at the right time in every aspect of the game right now for Arthur Lattimore. Started off hot. Again, 10 points to begin the game. Scored the first 10. And Montel K pitched in with 2 of his own. But it's really been... Arthur Lattimore's been the highlight for this Cascadia to begin the game so far. There's another block resulting in another shot clock violation for Middle East.
Okay, now Middle East is starting to string together bad offensive possessions. They didn't do this before. And I'm sorry, but at a certain point, if you're scratching 4 feet, you need to get away from the guy that's 6'10". You just got to do it. I'm sorry, unless you got a step ladder and a trampoline, it's not going to work.
Lattimore on the glass there. Oh! That's rejected. Second chance, though.
But
it's Omar Haddadi on the foul.
He stayed in it. Now, what was the difference? The rejection was what? Soft over the hand, front hand, shot. He gets rejected. He picks it up, takes it back strong.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Yep, that's exactly how it's done here. And it's
Your car there with the block. Follow up here.
Then Levin comes back in for Lattimore. Lattimore getting himself some well-deserved rest. I like this little setup they have here with the mini. I don't want to call it a barricade, but you know what I mean. It's although I think it was last time we were here. There was a hockey setup almost. It's what it was compared to.
Nice, brother. I'm from the hood. Everything looks like a barricade to me. We had barricades in church, so this is what it was, man.
Hang on. You know, Joker scored again. I want that story, Maestro. We got to save that for later, though. We're out of time here in the second quarter. We'll have to come back for that one later. But it's been a really fun first half for both teams. More so, I think, for Cascadia and also Lattimore in particular. As we're down to... Oh, my goodness.
How smart was that play? Backside ball movement. What do I tell you?
Very important there. Middle East can't get that one to go. Cascadia is going to take a 42-33 lead into the locker room. It's been a really good first half. Maestro, any thoughts?
Strong half by Cascadia coming in there. You know what? They're floating around 500, but I'm seeing more of their game, playing their game for a reason, really strong. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Lattimore, but I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the Cascadia's new player, Colt Amarin. Colt Amarin. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of his game too. Coming in, brand new, making his presence felt. Tada, really? Quite impressive, smart choices. I just love seeing smart choices from these cats. And these cats are 17. I think Amarin is 16, if I'm not mistaken. But also, I'm going to say something. As well as Cascadia is playing, Middle East showing some strong game here. Can't wait to see what they're going to do in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see it soon. We're going to take a quick break. Coming back with the second half of action here at Parallel Fairgrounds. Welcome back to the Parallel Fairgrounds, folks. Second half action here. Getting ready to begin. Cascadia in the lead, 42-33. Really quick, just wanted to say, if you are new here, this is your first time checking out SimWorld, be sure to join the SimWorld Discord. That is discord.gg/SimWorldNBA. That's where all the things happen. We're looking for coaches to join as well. If you want to be a coach in our league, that's the place to be. And for all player discussion, league discussion, everything else like that, again, discord.gg/SimWorldNBA. Maestro, you got a story to tell. I have to know about this bars at church story or barricaded church.
All right. So here we go. So here's the deal. Our church was really big on like feeding, like, you know, homeless shelter people and stuff like that. And it was always really big on like taking up multiple baskets in the game. You know, one to help pay for stuff at the church, the other help to pay for stuff in the community, right? But it got so bad because it gets so full that, you know, people started having rumors that people were taking money. So what they did was, when you went up to, they would make you walk up to the front to put money in the basket, and you had to do it over a barricade.
Oh, for like collections and stuff, yeah.
So and it was two guys sitting there looking like they're in the Secret Service with everything missing but the earpiece, watching your hands the whole time. But then the worst part of it was when it came down to the food. Because when it came down to the food, they would almost get a SWAT team out as like to watch everybody, because everybody in our neighborhood cooked so good that it was just, brother, it was like a battle royale, old school 1980s massive battle royale cage death. Everybody. Oh, that's a great pathway to finish up there, but as Lattimore once again, Lattimore's getting it done. So everybody had to get some of that macaroni cheese chili, baby. You don't know that love until you had it. Don't at me. I don't care.
Macaroni cheese chili. That certainly sounds interesting. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm a little more simple when it comes to my mac and cheese, but it's fine. It's fine.
I promise you, my brother, it would get you over 100 pounds really easy.
You know what? Hey, man, I'm down for that. I need you over that.
And please, let's not sleep on Farudi's great exchange at the start of this half. He had a block, followed up with a great pass, followed up with the offensive rebound and a bucket. Now that guy is showing me something inside, and he's moving away from the ball. I like what's happening.
Great hand.
He didn't secure the pass. Yes, it was. That's not on him. That's not on him.
That's just it's something about being in the passing lane as a defender that gets me too. That's a great shot after the separation and it all.
Great. You're right. Not a good shot. A great shot there.
It was Omar Haddadi.
And look,
that one.
But look, the first half Haddadi was 2 for 10, so he needs to really step it up this half. If the Middle East is going to have a chance. Oh, over the back there, didn't call. It's okay. I guess he didn't make contact, but that's okay. That's how you stay with it all the time. Here we go. Okay, my dude, B-Ron, this is for you. Big guy gets the ball in the paint. You need to go in and push your midsection right up onto his thighs. All right, push him right. Make him have to keep the ball above his head, and don't give him room to jump or move. If you just reach out with your hands, it's too late. It's too over, especially when you're a smaller defender. Make sure you get right up on top of him and make him make the move. And then if he moves wrong, take the hit in the chest, baby. Get that charge.
Yep, and that's very good advice for both me and for other smaller defenders out there like myself. Maestro's masterful tips to everyone. We're getting them live.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Hey, I got you. I got you. Players, if you're listening, that's how it's done. Cascadia has a 5-point lead, 46-41. What does Middle East have to do, Maestro, you think?
Doing what they're doing right now. They need to slow down their offensive possessions, make good choices. On the other side of the floor, they need to find a way to shorten Cascadia's possessions, force them into off-balance sets. Make sure that they stay weak side ball all the time. Keep Cascadia weak side ball all the time. The problem is you got a kid like Lattimore, and I know I've been saying his name too much already. You got a kid like Lattimore that knows how to move, He's going to make your defense pay the price if you lose him.
Yes, absolutely. You have to keep your eyes on him at all times. If you don't, he's going to make it hurt every single time. And he's done that for a majority of this game so far for
Absolutely.
Cascade. He's been the driving force for this team.
None like the smell of barricades in the morning. That's the club right there, man.
Middle East possession of it here. Justin Holiday with the contest.
Strong move, but he needs to slow down that shot.
Looked pretty on the release, but if it doesn't go, doesn't matter how pretty it looks.
I'm not going to say his name because y'all know what I'm going to say.
I will say it. Arthur Lattimore did it again. 48-41. And, you know, this brings up a really good question with the play of Arthur Lattimore tonight. We have a lot of fantastic bigs in Sim World. Tyson Simpson, Lorenzo Phenom, Evangelos Mullins come to mind. Is Arthur Lattimore with this game here tonight, is he putting himself in the conversation, or do you think he's already there as one of the best bigs?
I can see how he's not already there, B-Ron. Honestly, can I see how he's not already there? I try to follow up as many games as I can. I go back and watch the replays just so I can see who's doing what. And I'm telling you something, I've not seen a consistent, both sides of the court, big performance like this from a guy in a good minute. I mean, I've seen some great performances. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that nobody else is is putting up game, but I mean, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. He just got through pushing about the court. Great pass to his man in leverage. The guy just didn't make the shot. He should have had an assist there. He's doing everything, moving off the ball on offense and defense. Those are all those little things that he does even away from the ball that just makes him shine. And if he's not in the conversation, then shame on somebody, because he's showing me that he's there.
Yeah, we saw again the player rankings come out earlier in the week, and that sparked a lot of conversation as well. It was very guard heavy at the top, save for a few again, where last season, our ground zero season, it was more big heavy. I wonder how that's going to change as Tada with a great turnaround jumper gets it to go. I wonder how that's going to change as the season goes on. Do you think we'll see more bigs in that top, let's say, 15, 20 conversation?
I'd like to. You know what? I'm going to say something. Again, I don't want to sound like the old guy yelling at clouds, but I think these kids are a lot smarter than some people give them credit for, right? They already know their game. They know their identity. Bigs are bigs. It's what it is. And it's good to see old school big basketball coming back to the game. Guys moving to the rim. Not everybody pulling the Vlade Divac, taking a three. You know, it's just what it is, man. And I'll tell you something here. Something about the strength of Lattimore, and I remember looking at his stats from before, right? Seeing a guy who has the strength that he has, but I'm impressed with his flexibility. Oh, it comes back to that for me with him.
Yeah, we spoke about it earlier, flexibility and strength, yeah.
Exactly. So I think you're absolutely right on point, B-Ron. We're going to see more bigs getting their head into the game under good coaching and good guidance, learning their foot motion, learning their leverage points. If you're right-handed, learn to work your weak side. If you're left-handed, learn to work your weak side. And then when you see bigs start doing that, especially at this level, when they step up to that next level, they're already a force, especially when you're talking about a game that's moving away from more shots being taken beyond the arc, no pun intended. More shots being taken there. They don't always make it. So big get a rebound and he can move his feet, get back into the game. Easy too. You can clean up all day playing the dirty, baby.
Absolutely. And you know, those are the kinds of things that will keep you on a team when you can do those kind of things, the little things like that. Again, like it's the fundamentals, and you know, just getting the right coaching, putting you in our position, which is what we're trying to do at this level too here at Sim World Hoops. We are trying to get these kids ready for the next level through our coaches and the various teams and organizations here. We're all trying to help get these kids to the next level. If they choose to go that route, then they will have the experience here in Sim World Hoops to take that jump that they need to get to the next level.
Absolutely. Some kind of sexy seeing an inbound pass from behind a barricade. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Feeling the moment here.
Kind of interesting too. You have to get around it after you make the pass to get back into play.
Oh, so hot. I love it. What's going on? That's what's up right there. I'm going to throw a question at you real quick. I want you to think about it. How much do you think film study plays into today's game?
Film study. I
I know we
think.
don't call it film anymore, but
Well, let me just real quick start by saying this. I myself, because I played baseball at the school, we never watched film. That's something we never did. But I will say that I do think that it's still very important to watch either tape of yourself or tape of your opponents or whoever it is, because you can pick up things from watching that stuff. You can see what someone's hands are doing, what someone's feet are doing, what their routine is or whatever it is. Any kind of thing you can get an advantage. Oh, and there's a great jam.
Tada again coming through. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. But I was saying that I think it's definitely important. I think it still should be important as the shot clock turns off. We're down to the last 10 of the quarter here. That shot doesn't go. Middle East will have the final shot here. Going down.
Smart. Make it smart. You got time.
Shot going up. It falls. What a tough shot there to end the third quarter. 10-point lead for Cascadia. 56-46. Come back for the final quarter action here at Parallel Fairgrounds. Final quarter of action here in our SimWorld TV triple header. 10-point game. Cascadia 56, Middle East 46. It's been a really good game here. Maestro, what do you think, or well, not what do you think, what has been the biggest advantage for Cascadia in this game that's not Arthur Lattimore?
Ooh, Tada coming on strong, making stuff happen, making stuff working. I'll tell you somebody else who's kind of showing me some game here tonight, looking across the table. And I was just looking at it. The new guy there, Colt Amarin. He's definitely, he's kind of sneaky in there in the points and all of those stuff like that. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. And you know what? I got to say something about Dan Levin getting fouls and getting to the line, man. Strong game.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and great hair.
Yes, great hair. Absolutely. Got to give those kids their props when you can. And Jason Tada as well. You mentioned him earlier. He's definitely one of the kids that can get it going when he's on. He's on. You know, he left from Showtime during the offseason once Bronny and Bryce James had to go on the team and found a home here in Cascadia. Montel Cage left from Best Coast, if memory serves correctly, and he's now here as well with Cascadia. This team has a lot of firepower, and before Coach Dre Pope came in and took over, I had said that they were going to be better than a lot of people were giving them credit for, and that they would make the race to one, and I still do stand by that fact.
I hear you. that you gave away points there. You were in the paint without anybody on you. You had leverage. You just can't miss those buckets. Again, that was a great bucket there by sorry, I'll look up ahead by Ferruzzi. Great bucket there. Middle East is hanging in there, man. 5 points down, 6 minutes to play. That's kind of where you want it. Oh, look at those hands.
Yeah, loose
look
ball.
At those.
Nice.
That's right. And he did it off the bounce. That's how you get a steal. If you ever want to get your steal game together, here's what you do. You don't get the ball on the way down. You wait for the ball to hit the floor. You wait for that pop of the ball on the floor with the rim. That's how you get it done, son. I love a little man in the paint. Get it done for me, Jakar.
Timeout.
Somebody rub the bottle. Somebody rub the bottle, Jeannie. Get it done. The 3-point game. Great. Jakar had a great 3 possessions there. Defense, offense. Offense, back and forth. That's very good. But that's how you get a steal. You wait for the pop of the ball to hit the floor. That's when you make your move, because that is when the ball is in the least amount of control by the dribbler. So not when it's in his hands or her hands, not then. You want to wait till it hits you time it. When it hits the floor, that's when you go for it, because you're going to make them rush out of place. If nothing else, you might get a double dribble or a travel, but that's when the ball is in the least amount of control, and that's what he did right there. That's how you get a steal.
Very nice breakdown there of how you get steals. I love this, Maestro. I love this, and I hope that everyone, all the players watching and listening to this game, I hope you all are taking notes on these things from Maestro's, giving y'all some masterful tips here. Again, is that jumper 3-ball not going into my bounds? Oh, look out over there.
Oh, you got to catch it before you pass it, baby. You got to catch it before you pass. I mean, he saw his man up court. I get where his eyes were. I love all that. The problem is you got to have the ball before you do it. I mean, I know those barricades are sexy, but you got to make sure you have the ball.
Got to keep an eye out for those too. You know, it may have been a case of trying to avoid hitting the barricade. And
I hit a barricade in a heartbeat. I'll take a barricade out in a heartbeat. Just let me go.
You gotta lay it all on the line, right?
You know what I'm saying? Make everybody know I was here tonight. Oh, great pass, great shot. His legs weren't in the shot. That's another thing. If you want to take that 3, I don't know if it sounds like coaching corner here. If you want to take that 3 and make that happen, especially when you're wide open, you have to make it. Way to follow through. Somebody just got a warrant. Somebody just got a warrant with that dunk on top of somebody's head. I'm waiting for the marshals to come in to serve it here right now. That was strong inside.
Absolutely. 1 point game, and there's a blocking foul on Hassan.
He tried to get a charge. That's okay.
Yeah, he tried.
Okay. He tried to get a charge. I'll take that love all day.
Yeah, good effort though. You love to see it, man. Lattimore checks back in for 11. Go ahead, Maestro.
There is no difference between a 3 and a 3-point shot or a free throw shot. You have to have your legs in both. If you don't, you'll always come up just like that. It'll land right under the front of the rim, and that's no good for nobody. That's not giving your teammates a chance to get offensive rebound. It doesn't give the ball a chance to even go inside. You have to have your legs in the shot.
Wow,
just
Montel
like
Cage.
Thank you for making me look smarter than I am, Montel. Good job. Great shot. Great form.
Shot clock winding down, just dribbling out the shot clock, and has to just take a shot, and it goes anyway. That's amazing.
Got his legs full extension. Once again, look at that. Full extension, his legs up. That's how you pump it up there. There you go. Good job.
We are going here.
Let's go.
61-59. This has been a wonderful game, Maestro, and what a great way to end our night here as Tada to the rack finishes once again. 63-59.
You know what Tada reminds me of? And I don't know, please somebody correct me. He reminds me of like a Paul Pierce. Like he reminds me of a cat.
Okay.
Yeah, he sort of. I'll tell you a Paul Pierce story later, but I'll tell it to you now. So everybody knew Paul Pierce coming up. He was a guy that he wasn't going to take the mid-range jumper or the long shot jumper, but he'd always fake it to get you to jump at him, and then he'd dribble past you, right? Yes. Well, I had this guy that I knew that was just way too super cocky, who said it was like one of those California
timeout.
Strong game. So, he figured, you know what? He ain't seen my defenses yet. Now, needless to say, Paul Pierce went to the NBA, and my man, after he finished high school, let's just say he was working at a place called Montgomery Wards back in the day. So he decided he's going to close out on Paul Pierce. Well, even though that was about 40 years ago, I think that rim is still shaking for how hard Paul Pierce dunked the ball. Because Paul Pierce did a little janky fake. I'm gonna take this 3-point shot or take this long range shot. My man went out strong. Paul Pierce went by him. So I think the dust from Paul Pierce's uniform was still there in the spot as he shot by, and he dunked the ball. And I'm telling you, the rim just kept going up and down and up and down and up and down. Even after the game was over, it just kept back. It's crazy. But that's who Tada kind of reminds me of. Let's talk about the player of the game. Since I ate all over you right now. Who you got?
No, it's fine. Player of the game for me right now has got to be Arthur Lattimore. Been saying his name a lot tonight, and I don't think it's any surprise that he gets that honor from me. Well, you, Maestro.
Yeah, I was with you, Sam. Here, I was trying to find somebody on the other team, but I just can't. I mean, it's a full team effort. Some shining moments here and there. One shining moment here and there. But I'm sorry, I'm still channeling my Rick. Something about sitting next to you. I want to be Rick Blaze.
Take a break. New shot.
What's going on?
I don't know, man. I mean, me and Rick do have good chemistry too. So, and we've messed well tonight here on our first call together. So we're doing the thing, man. We're doing the thing.
But yeah, I'm with you. It's going to be Arthur Lattimore for me. 5-point game here. 3 minutes to go. There we go. We got one bucket down. Again, here we go now. Abdul Rahman.
Yeah, he's been quiet tonight. He's been held in check for the most part. He came into the quarter 2 for 5.
This is about will.
6 points, something like that.
This is about will right now. He needs to will himself for his team. If they're this close without him, imagine what they can do if he pulls some game together in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah. The problem there, though, I think becomes it. You know, who else is going to get going? Because as I mentioned earlier, this Cascadia team has a lot of firepower, and really the only other player on Middle East who maybe has the same level of firepower would be Omar Haddadi, but he's also struggled tonight.
Yeah. Oh, great pass.
There's a wide open 3 on the corner. There he is.
What I tell you, like I tell you. Haddadi, baby.
A 1-point game, 65-64.
He is making up. He's making up for that below average first half of his right now.
Yeah,
right
perfect time to come alive here.
What?
And there is another.
Wait.
I'm
sorry. I'm going to write my congressman because I don't think that was legal. That shot. There's something wrong. I don't know. I need to. I want to look. I want to drug test his tennis shoes right now. That was. What was? How did you?
That was insane.
Words hard. That was
words hard.
That was a strong. You know what that looked like? Old school day, black and white. Bill Russell. Every time he got Wilt Chamberlain off his side, that sort of like mid-range, kind of like straight shot. That's what that looked like to me. I'm sorry, I'm flashing back to old school days. People say Bill who? I know. Trust me. Is Dominique Wilkins still playing?
I unfortunately was not alive when he was playing. I'm gonna date myself right there.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, you know what? I don't know if I was alive or not, but I know I got socks older than you. So there we go.
Fair enough, man. Hey, look, this is gonna be I think it's gonna be a great 2 minutes and 19 seconds here.
100%.
We're in for a good finish.
100%. Great ball movement, quick movement. Nice to see that. Like to see that late in the game. That speaks to conditioning right there. Oh, block. Take it back up. Oh.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Decided to kick it back out. The shot clock winding now.
Come on now. Let's be smart
on it. Good defense. Oh. No
made
good.
that shot harder than what it needed to be. I love how the Middle East, when they're running, they fill the lanes with their hands.
Lattimore this time.
Wait, was that Lattimore backing off He had the leverage and he.
He backed off on that one.
Was it really Lattimore though? Are we sure that's him in the uniform? Are we sure?
Unfortunately, that was Lattimore on that one. As it's now a 1-point Cascadia lead. That jumper also not good, contested.
He's getting away from his game. He's getting away from his game. He's been so good going strong to the hoop.
attacking the rack.
Taking
Middle East
advantage.
has the lead.
More boxes there. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cough on everybody. Get yourself checked. I had my shots. But yeah,
More
baskets
baskets.
getting it down.
Yeah. More baskets with the big bucket there. Gave Middle East the lead, and now they have a chance to extend a little bit here. In the corner, we have reached 1 minute warning here in this one.
Oh, did we mush my man? Did we mush my man? I hope we didn't mush my man.
I don't know, man. There's still time to figure it out, but we've got 47 seconds left. Shot going up, no good. Cascadia back in possession. Number is going the other way. Montel Cage jumper up. It's good.
1 point exchange, another lead change in less than a minute.
Cascadia back out in front. 1 point lead. Everyone up here. Alley-oop. Oh, it's good. Cascadia has to call timeout after that one.
I'm going to talk like Blaze. Boy, I didn't expect this coming on there. This is real good right now. I didn't expect this going. I'm going to sit down a minute.
I cannot believe you pull out that alley-oop right there in that situation. It worked, but not what I was expecting for.
Okay. True serm. B-Ron, true serm. Do you think that was an alley-oop or a bad pass?
I think it was looking alley-oop to me, man.
The way he had to reach back for it, though?
Yeah.
He looked like Richard Jefferson. Now, if he was Richard Jefferson, I'd go, okay. But I'm not trying to figure out. I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
It's still 2 points, though.
Yeah,
it's still 2 points.
It worked.
It was a great play. It was a great play. No, seriously.
At the end of the day, it worked. Exactly. At the end of the day, it worked. The Middle East has the lead now. They're on, well, Cascadia is on upset alert here, I would say.
Okay.
What do you think is going to happen here in this last 30 seconds, Maestro?
So, Middle East, whatever happens, Middle East needs to make this shot tough. They need to make this shot tough. Don't let Lattimore get down in the paint. Anyway, anything necessary, keep him out of the paint. Make this shot tough. And when you get it, if you have the lead, slow it down to bring it up. Make them foul you.
Yes, exactly. Slow the pace of the game down. Hawk is your friend. But here we go here. Montel Cage with
Timeout.
As another Cascadia timeout here. And then maybe they didn't like what they saw coming out of the look there.
No. They were blocked out. That was great. That was great interior defense by Middle East. It was almost as if they knew what the play was before it happened. If you see the placement of this play, right, you see all of the Middle East jerseys inside the circle. What does that mean? Cascadia had no leverage. No one could move through without getting somebody else's way. That was brilliant defense, smart defense. Cascadia had nothing. It's very smart to take that timeout right there.
And also, too, if you're Middle East, also force them to use their Cascadia's final timeout. So they need to advance the ball later on. They can't do it. They have to go the full length of the court. So that's also a big reason to get them to burn that last time out there.
Make this shot hard. Make this shot hard. Make this shot hard. Nothing easy.
Yeah, no, this is when you tighten up on all the players, close out all the shooters. Like I said, nothing easy. It's got to be a difficult shot. If they're going to beat them on, make them beat you on a difficult shot, not an easy one.
100%.
No gimmicks here.
100%.
30 seconds left in the game.
I am super impressed with both of these teams. I don't care what happens here. I got to tell you, I'm super impressed with both of these teams. I'm really blessed and lucky to be calling this game with you.
Me too, man. Both teams hold their game on them high and no! That is.
Was that what I thought it was?
That court violation on Montel Cage. Middle East has to burn their final timeout. We're going to step aside really quick. Come back for the last 29.2 seconds of this one.
Car's all yours.
Thanks. Cars.com's expert reviews made it easy, but...
Shouldn't there be more back and forth? You missed the drama, right? Yeah. Maybe this will do the trick.
Oh, it's a puppy.
Not a puppy, a wolf.
What now?
He's a wolf. And that is its incredibly protective mother.
Put the wolf down.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yep. Okay.
All right, welcome back here. Last 29.2 seconds. You just saw A blunder from Montel Cage. They inbounded the ball to him, stepped across the other way on the back line, half-court line, so it's over backcourt violation. Middle East will have possession of the ball once play resumes. Nobody.
No timeouts. It's all ball right now, family. It's all ball. No timeouts.
Yep. All ball, no timeouts. Both teams will have to go the full length of the court on
Take the air out the ball. 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 Let the clock run. Don't even take a shot. Don't even take a shot. There's more than 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah,
there you go.
Friend, if you're Middle East, you have to control possession of it here, and they're doing that.
There you go. That's smart ball right there.
Here, double team has been brought. Shot 3 ball up. It's no good. Cascadia has a chance. They got to go quick here. 3 seconds left. Lattimore all the way. Slamming it down home.
No, you did not.
Lattimore.
Of all the things you couldn't do.
Seconds left. Gives Cascadia the win. 71-70. What a phenomenal finish to a great game. Thank you all so much for joining us. For Maestro, for ELs, I'm B-Ron. We will see you all next time. Tomorrow night, actually, we'll be back. So come back tomorrow night. Simro TV, have a good night, everyone.